Another Slay the Spire stream. I'm your host, Vegetablebread, and today we're going to be starting off with a Watcher Run. Hopefully starting and finishing the stream with a Watcher Run, if it's a nice long one. Mr. Vegetable made into bread form. That's true, that's me. Just take a vegetable and smush it into the shape of a loaf of bread. That's all I am. We do have a potential double snipe here. If these 4 question marks are all non-fights, then we snipe this elite and that one. And that's the Mega Elite. And we get set up for a 3 elite act. We do have to endure an early shop, but it's possible that one of these question marks is money as well. Let me consult my little lament math sheet. Let's see what the probabilities are for those. Let's see. Now's lament math. So for 0 fights in 4 question marks is 30%. For less than 2 fights in 3 question marks is 95%. So 95% chance to snipe this bad boy, 30% chance to snipe this one. Hey, guitar. Vegeta Bullman. Took me a second to unparse. It was like, Vegeta and Bulma? That's, anime celebrity couple. Sure, sure. Then, vegetable as well. Alright, so we're going to take the Lament because it's fun. And we're going to fly through these question marks here. Murder this Jawworm. Floor 1 Talk to the Hand is incredible. That puts us strongly in the, like, Weave, Flurry of Blows, Talk to the Hand synergy package, which is a great place to be. No fight here. We're forced into an early shop, so I think we'll take the opportunity to gain a curse for a relic. So we get an extra relic here, and then we'll remove the curse at the shop. Centennial Puzzle. Again, we're trying to trade health for power because we're skipping some early stuff to get to elites. So instead of getting card rewards, we'll get a card remove here. And I guess we'll remove the regret. So we don't even have to remove that at the shop if we don't want to. Ooh, and then we get another curse to remove at the shop. I love it. Okay. Alright, so we actually managed to get 0 fights, so we only have to endure 1 more fight to make it. Let's see, is it 10% per fight? Yeah. So we have like a 40% chance of hitting a fight in the next floor. But that's okay. Orange pellets is here. Orange pellets and fasting are available, which is kind of insane. And we can even afford them. Orange pellets and fasting is really good with multi-attacks because we would get lots of little attacks that get damage return. It's not so good with whatchamacallit. It's not super good with Talk to the Hand because you don't scale the Talk to the Hand block does not scale with Dex. But I think you're generally pretty happy with this combo. The problem with that line is that we don't card remove, and then we keep the Doubt in the deck. And Doubt is quite bad. So we could just do it anyway. We are probably going to a shop again later. We're probably going to this shop so that we can get extra fire after this elite. So we end up sniping here, 40% chance of a fight, 60% chance of a second snipe. And then we have to do this fight legit with the Doubt in the deck. If this is a fight and we're living the 40% world, then we have to do both of these elite fights and this fight, although this fight's a snipe, with the Doubt in the deck. So basically 2 elite fights with the Doubt. I don't hate 2 elite fights with the Doubt, especially if we're up to some shenanigans already with Orange Pellets fasting. Okay. I hope we get enough money to remove it. We should. Bird-faced urn. Well, that makes the orange pellets fasting even better. Cut Through Fate is a great way to trigger Talk to the Hand a bunch. It's card draw, so if we get zero-cost cards that scale with strength or dex, then we can pay those off with Cut Through Fate a little bit. It's also card draw, so we can more consistently trigger orange pellets. So we can Cut Through Fate and then go find the missing skill or power. It's also just a damage card, and we need to pick a damage card because we removed a strike and skipped most of our early hallway fights. So we'll take Cut Through Fate. Okay, 60-40, let's roll the dice. Alright, we win the 60-40. We don't have enough money to remove the curse, but this is still a win. So we got a second snipe here. Oh dear. Okay. 0 attacks, turn 1. Still pretty unlikely to take damage in the fight, but it is possible. Guess I'll Miracle Fasting for fun. Purge the weak. Ooh, okay. We got a Tungsten Rod. My goodness, these are some really good relics. Centennial Puzzle, Tungsten Rod, Birdface Urn, Centennial Puzzle. Or, sorry, Orange Pellets. Those are crazy. No attacks here. I think I'd prefer to see another attack. Third Eye and Cut Through Fate both say Scry on them. So, if we get Weave, then that's very helpful. Let's see, what else can we do? Yeah, I think we'll just grab a Third Eye. Hope to pick up a Weave. A Maw Bank. We could skip Maw Bank for Sapphire Key. We're going to be pretty desperate for an Act 2, a Power Relic at the end of Act 1. Because of the Fasting Orange Pellets thing. Fasting Orange Pellets generally takes 4 energy to pull off. Although we did keep our starting relic this time, so we can use the miracle sometimes. Which is what we did recently. We have enough money to do the card remove already, so Maw Bank is not particularly useful for that. I think we are going to this shop, so the Maw Bank is literally going to be 24 gold. So I think we're going to just take Sapphire Key. Unless we want to dodge this shop. No, if we dodge this shop, we keep a curse in the deck, and that's bad. I'll take Sapphire Key. It's not really an issue of, whatchamacallit, of Maw Bank being bad, it's not an issue of Sapphire Key being good to make Curse Key good, it's an issue of Maw Bank just not really doing anything. So Fasting, Miracle, Cut Through Fate. Oops, I'm gonna actually restart the fight. Sorry. Fasting, Miracle, Cut Through Fate gives us an Orange Pellets proc, but I'm going to do it in the other order so we don't wake him up. I'm going to keep the Talk of the Hand, and we are actually going to wake him up. No, we're not going to wake him up. We're just going to try and cycle back to the Talk of the Hand. Okay, alright. Because we don't want to wake him up when we've got weak next turn. Yeah, I do like Fasting Pellets. It's one of my favorite ways to play Watcher. Oof, we got Doubt anyway. Waking him up in Wrath mode is pretty fine, considering we're going to Scry, so we're very likely to get Vigilance. I guess we'll Scry first and see if it's there. I'll keep one strike. We'll go into Wrath mode. Okay, we did get Vigilance. It's probably just like Talk of the Hand Vigilance, unfortunately. Not a super impressive turn. We could go into Eruption, but then we would lose a bunch of health. So I don't want to do that. Let's block for 18. We should be able to blow him up pretty quickly once we start going. Wow. Really not drawing things in the correct order, though. Getting doubted a lot. I guess I'll keep the Eruption for next turn. Try to keep the health high and then blow him up. Okay, so we can do 10 plus all of these. All of these is 14 times 3, which is 42, so it ends up being 52. The attack bot can get us there. Saves us like 20 health. Actually, I guess if we don't do that, we're blocking for 12, so it only saves 8 health. I think I'll still do it. Oh, we got a Wrath exit. Awesome. Okay, and let's see. I guess we're trying to get lethal next turn because he's not attacking. And we did? Okay, great. Wallop is great, but not super compatible with the other stuff we're doing. Look at this, 2 keys on floor 10. What is this? I guess we actually picked up the second key last floor, too. So we had 2 keys on floor 9. It's kind of insane. Probably just pick up Conclude. Conclude's nice and just basic murder card. I like Wallop, too, but pretty much have to remove the Doubt. Let's go ahead and do that. Battle him, we can't afford. I guess we could have actually afforded Just Lucky because of Ceramic Fish if we'd bought Just Lucky first. I'm not like so excited about it that I want to go rewind time and do it. These are still easy pool fights, so I think we're going to go upgrade something and then murder 2 easy pool fights and then get another upgrade. It's probably the plan. We have a pretty decent potion chance for that situation. Let's see, we fought, these first guys were the first 3 fights, and we got 1 potion in them, so we were up to 60%, and then we got another potion, so we're down to 50. So we're going to do like 50 and 60% chance of getting another potion. So buying a potion here is not like a huge, obvious, good thing. We get a second Third Eye, which really leans into the Weave thing. And I do like leaning into the Weave thing. Especially since Third Eye and Weave is a skill and an attack. Good morning, Anton. How's it going? Third Eye plus Weave is a skill and an attack, so if we do that on the fasting turn, we get to purge some debuffs. Whereas Just Lucky and Weave is just 2 attacks. So we'd have to find this skill. Alright. Let's upgrade, I think, the Fasting. Fasting and Talk to the Hand are kind of the top tier. And the second tier is like the Third Eyes and the Cut Through Fates. And the 4th tier is like Eruption and Conclude. IMO. I could see Talk to the Hand being good though, especially against Guardian. Damage return is really helpful against Guardian because you can attack him while he's transformed, but so is Dex, so let's look faster. Okay. 2 little slimes go to market. Talk to the Hand strike blocks for 2, Third Eye blocks for 7, that's 9 total block. And we could Miracle to defend for 3 more if we want to. I guess we could just, like, Vigilance defend Third Eye. That also blocks out. Enters Calm. I think I like killing Spike Slime now. I don't think we need fasting in this fight. Is this lethal? 9 plus... no, we only get to attack once. Definitely not lethal. I'm taking 7 there, or 6 I guess. I was kind of hoping for like an Eruption Conclude or something. Didn't get it. There's a Weave. Weave seems like a huge deal in the deck. For completeness sake, let's talk about Empty Fist and Mental Fortress. Empty Fist doesn't seem like it really has any friends. We don't really do any stance changing. I guess that kind of applies to both. The only stance changers we have are the basic ones, and Eruption isn't upgraded. So it's Weave by a mile. Alright, and rounding out the easy pool is the Louse fight. We'll go ahead and keep the Miracle around so that we can proc fasting if we need to. Strikes only do 4. We could use both of these to kill that one. Or I guess we could Talk to the Hand Cut Through Fate on him. To block for 2, and then Third Eye to block out. I guess we want a Third Eye first so that we can control what we draw with Cut Through Fate. And Drawing Conclude seems pretty good. Okay, so let's put Talk to the Hand on this one then. So that we keep having the damage return for the future. Bowling Bash, Follow Up, and Judgment are available here. Bowling Bash procs Talk to the Hand a bunch of times, which is neat. It's also really good for like the birds fight. Let's go ahead and just do some lifting here. Yeah, I think that's going to be the last lift for the stream, unfortunately. I think I could probably do it without injuring myself, but I have my neck is kind of sore, so I'm not going to stress it out too much. Yeah, I don't know if Follow-Up, Bowling Bash, or Judgment is good enough. Follow-Up's kind of interesting because it costs 0. So if we don't get an Energy Relic, we might need to pick something like a follow-up so that we can play a 0-cost attack on the fasting turn. I am in Northern California. Now I'm in the Bay Area. State of emergency. Not like super Northern California. Just like the type of Northern California that's not Los Angeles. I think we skip all these. Yeah, things are on fire. It's a concern. It's a well-timed cough. Gotta give myself props on that one. So Talk to the Hand is the next card I talked about upgrading. I think that's gonna be real as well. Okay. Alright, let's go fight Guardian. Cut Through Fate could draw Fasting, which would be good, so we want to Weave first, because reasons, and then draw Fasting. Great. Alright, get that turn 1 Orange Pellets proc. So these are hitting really hard. Third Eye gets back a Weave, which hits for 8. So we could hit him for 10 and then 10, I guess, is the most damage. Or gets the most damage through the armor. We're probably going to play Strike, Strike, Third Eye, Weave. But this is just to make sure we get Talk of the Hand next turn. Yeah, great. Okay, I think it's just, I guess double defend, Talk to the Hand. Trying to perfect the boss fight, probably. Vigilance Third Eye blocks out by a lot, so I can fit in a Weave after the Vigilance. And we're just going to want attacks next turn, because he's going to be back up. Okay, Third Eye and Cut Through Fate both redraw Weave. Cut Through Fate draws one of these cards, whichever one we want. This blocks for 11. We need to hit him 3 times to make blocking for 11 block out, which we can do easily. Okay, great. Maybe we want none of these cards. Maybe we just want Cut Through Fate to shuffle. Well, we have to leave at least one of them, or else Cut Through Fate won't work. So we'll just leave all of them. And then... Oops, crap, I was supposed to shuffle. Oh wait, no, I guess shuffling with all the cards is probably optimal. That's what I wanted. Okay. Alright, he's down to 13 before he splits, so we can split him with just Conclude. But let's try to get him on lower health by Third Eyeing a Weave. Those aren't Weave. Are these Weave? No. But Cut Through Fate's good for next turn, so I'll leave that one. Strike probably isn't. Okay. Kind of a weak split. That might cost us a little bit later. Might. I'll go ahead and draw the Eruption. There's no reason not to. Okay. Alright. What do you got, Guardian? This might be lethal. Eruption, Weave, Cut Through Fate, Weave, Conclude. So Eruption's doing 13, Weave will do 16 twice, which is 32. 32 plus 13 is 45, plus 22 is 60. That's enough to split him. That's all we really care about. Maybe if we get a strike with the Cut Through Fate, we get there. I guess Third Eye is damage too, but Strike is more damage. Got him. Yeah, I know I was getting Weave back, that's why I did it in the correct order. Ragnarok, Devaform, Master Reality. Devaform is good with this kind of thing, because we can like play lots of cards, play lots of Cut Through Fates, draw a bunch, get a bunch of damage back with Talk to the Hand, or a bunch of block back with Talk to the Hand. I've lost a bunch of Devaform decks at the heart, because if you don't like draw your Devaform turn 1, it can be kind of weak. Or it's like too slow, rather. Ragnarok also gets lots of damage return from Talk to the Hand. If we end up doing like... One of the things this deck has not found is a way of scaling damage. We just play like a bunch of Weaves with strength, like that might actually be enough to kill the heart. I've had that kill the heart before, just like... You probably need another copy of Fasting, but... Getting 8 strength is no joke. Devaform triggers Birdfaced Urn and Orange Pellets, potentially. Which is nice. Master Reality does both of those things too, though. Master Reality is also here. Do we generate any cards? Master Reality? Bueller? No. Do not generate any cards. Master Reality is a cheap way to trigger orange pellets, and when you upgrade it, it becomes innate. Oh no, it doesn't. God, Master Reality is so bad. Why doesn't Master Reality become innate? It should cost 0 and become innate. In fact, it should just be innate before you upgrade it. If you want Master Reality, you definitely want it on turn 1. So assuming we find another copy of Talk to the Hand, Ragnarok ends up blocking for 30. That's a lot of block. But finding another copy of Talk to the Hand is non-trivial. It's an uncommon, might not happen. If we have a single target, that's true. Yeah, we are going into Act 2, but we're going to be really good at Act 2. Honestly, the right answer here might be skip. That's true. I think generally we don't need synergy with fasting, at least not in the way you're talking about, because we have orange pellets. If we get Deva form and then get like a Snecko Eye, we'd be ecstatic. We would really like a Snecko Eye. Even with the weave, Snecko Eye would be good. Also, you can make weave dodge Snecko Eye if you have a lot of scrying. As long as you don't ever draw it, it never gets its cost randomized. So if we get like a second weave, we could pretty reliably have at least one of them cost 0. I mean, this archetype often ends up playing Deva form and like wheel kicks and cut through fates and kind of going nuts. So I think we'll pick a Deva form, but we probably don't need it. All right, we are offered some energy relics. We were talking about Curse Key earlier because of the Sapphire Key pick. And because we want energy. Energy is really helpful because if we have only a 1 mana skill, a 1 mana attack, and fasting, we need to be able to proc fasting. And that costs 4. However, we do have a miracle, and we could have 3 miracles, which would make it extremely easy to cast fasting, at least as long as we hold like one of those miracles through the first shuffle. I actually kind of like Holy Water quite a bit with Deva form decks, because it can be pretty hard to play Deva form. Just having that one turn where you get 6 energy means you're not going to have any problem playing Deva form. If that's the Deva form turn. Sometimes you need the 6 energy before you get to Deva form, which is unfortunate. Philosopher's Stone is also pickable here, but I think it's probably put in the backseat by these two. I think Philosopher's Stone is better than Skip, but Skip is the worst here by a lot. It's going to be one of these two. How badly do we need relics? Because this costs us some relics, but it's better energy than Holy Water, by a bit. I wouldn't say we need relics super badly. We mostly just need cards. There's like quite a few uncommons that we're going to need. We need, for example, another Talk to the Hand, another Weave, and ideally another Fasting. That's 3 uncommons. That is not super likely to happen. However, we're going to pick Deva form and we're going to spam scrying cards, so we will get the stuff that we get really consistently. Thanks for the subscription, Onson. I really appreciate your support. I'll give you a shout out really quick. For those of you who don't know, Onson is a great streamer. He has, I think he's only been doing it for a couple of months, maybe just a month. Does widescreen support, super analytical. He climbed the last of his Ascensions on stream. I don't know if you started climbing Ascensions on stream or not, but climbed a bunch of Ascensions on stream, and is currently doing try-hard Ascension 20 runs. But he's great, you should check him out. We might raid him later, never know. Seems like he's usually hanging out in chat in the early part of the stream, and then by the end of the stream he's doing his own thing. Yeah, Holy Water versus Cursed Tea is really tough. I don't know how to think about this. So, like, how many chests do we expect to see for the rest of the run? Probably like 3-ish. Like 1 in a question mark, 2 from the mid-act chest from Act 2 and Act 3. So, like, maybe we open one of those. So Curse Key gains us 1 curse and costs us 2 relics. Those relics could be pretty good. Like, we're going to be in a position where we want strength and dex scaling, and those are among the most common things to get out of relics. Strength much more common than dex. The only dex scaling is oddly smooth stone, but there's what is it? Is there 3 or 4 strength scaling relics? There's Gira, Vajra, Duvudal. Is that it? I think that's it. So there's 3 strength scaling and 1 dex scaling. And if we get those, we're really happy. So picking Curse Key means we're less likely to get those. Yeah, extra miracles is definitely extra relics, but it's also worse energy, I would say. Having 4 energy every turn is usually quite a bit better than having 6 energy on turn 1. But this isn't necessarily 6 energy on turn 1. You can use it whenever. The problem with Holy Water is, like, we might find a Deus Ex Machina at some point, and it's like, if we have Deus Ex Machina, like, what's the point of Holy Water? That's true. What is that one called? That's, Duality. We actually are in really good position to take advantage of Duality, too, because we have orange pellets, so we can, like, Duality for 1,000,000 and then orange pellets to keep the dex. Good morning, B-Mod. I'm actually not going to do exercise rewards this stream, although I will record your contribution, and good morning to you. I have my shoulders sore, so I'm going to give it a break. So there ends up being 5 relics in the pool that would be, like, super, super good. Yeah, I've definitely had Duality plus Orange Plus before. You know what? Actually, B-Mod, you're totally right. I should be doing, like lunges and stuff. I started doing the arm curls because it lets me just, like, stay on camera, and I always felt kind of weird about being like, okay, bye, I'm gonna go do exercise. And so I, like, did push-ups over there for a while where people could theoretically see, but then, like, I have to, like, move furniture around to do that, and it's like, I don't really want to be doing that many push-ups. But leg days, good idea. Alright, let's take the Holy Water. Hyper Beam guy, okay. Should be in pretty good shape against Hyper Beam guy. Probably trying to dodge shops here. It looks like there's quite a bit of dodging to be done. How excited are we about question marks in Act 2? You need to eat candy. Yikes. You know, I've seen people say that they can refund channel points rewards, and I have looked in the UI for it, and I have not found it. Do you know where that happens? Okay, so Act 2 question marks, you can get bites, you can get apparitions, you can get ancient writing. Those are sort of the big 3. You can also get, what's it called? The golden idol one that, like, takes a bunch of your health. Forgotten Altar or something. So sort of 3 good ones and 1 bad one. After the split, you can also get thwack, which is generally good, but sometimes bad. I can double check exactly what it's called, but until recently it was called Reject Channel Reward. Yeah, I know there's that UI where you can check that you keep the channel rewards pending, and then you can mark them as redeemed. I didn't realize there was a reject there. Okay, so I'll look in there. But also I don't have anything to refund because I'm just keeping account of the exercise rewards currently. And I'm gonna do exercise, so whatever. Speaking of channel points rewards that might get refunded, Coconut had kind of a bad day yesterday. She had a little episode where she had she's super old, so she's got lots of medical problems. And she had a bad day the other day, so she's been hiding out, resting on a little heat pad in a little dark corner of the house, trying to avoid the humans. I'm not going to be grabbing her and putting her in front of a camera, but she does appreciate your support. Oh, that's a really cute first day emote. Most of them are just the derpy bird for that one. That one's cute. Let's see. So I think we're probably looking for elites. And I still think question marks are probably good. I think we say yes to bites. Obviously, ancient writing's amazing. And then we're upset if we see Forgotten Altar. The problem is it's hard to get... This pathing is so awkward. This elite fire bit looks pretty good. We can get 2 elites in the act with that. So let's plan on that, I guess. And then take the 2 question mark and the shop path. The shop is not ideal, but... I guess we could do 2 question marks and 3 fights. Maybe that's better. Right, either way, we're starting here and going here, and then once we get here, we'll choose between these 2. It's birds! Run! We could trigger orange pellets, but there's no reason to do that. Probably gonna play Conclude. I think hopefully we're knocking a bird down. So we'll start with Talk to the Hand, cut through Fate, trying to find a strike, and then strike Conclude, and that ends up blocking for 6 and knocking 1 down. So we should be blocking out. I guess it ends up blocking for 9 if we find a strike. Strike right now is good. Strike next turn is probably not good. Okay. I kind of like how you don't have to press end turn when you play Conclude. I also hate end turn buttons, so I guess that shouldn't be surprising. Alright, fasting's happening. We're gonna weave and then defend. If we weave on this guy, we get 3 block. I think I'm just gonna weave on this guy, keep him alive, so we can farm him for block later. Yikes. Okay, they're hitting for 24, so I'll have to get that much block. I don't think strike's particularly good. And I guess I will weave him. Okay. Eruption Conclude seems like a ton of damage. Let's try and kill this guy. So Conclude's gonna do 16 AoE, so he's already dead. We just need to do that, and then it's gonna kill them all. Cool. Eruption Conclude. What are you gonna do? Flurry of Blows is like the bad version of Weave. So, end turn buttons. Let's talk about end turn buttons. Okay. Imagine yourself as a new player to a game like Hearthstone. Okay? You're a new player. It's your first time playing. You haven't played Magic or anything before. You are playing Shaman. And you have a lightning bolt in your hand. This is your very first hand on ladder. Built your own deck. Got all the basics and commons and stuff. It's turn 1, you got the lightning bolt in your hand. Lightning bolt is glowing green, right? There's some UI there that says, hey, you can play lightning bolt. End turn button is also green. Forcing new players to choose... Okay, sorry. Shaman is just a class that has lightning bolt, and lightning bolt is just a card that says deal 3 damage to a target. It also has overload 1, but that's not particularly relevant for this. And it costs 1 energy. So on turn 1, you have your lightning bolt available. Assuming you go first, your opponent has nothing. So a totally reasonable decision that lots of players make is lightning bolt my opponent in the face. And that feels good. It does 3 damage. You're ahead, right? You're at 30, they're at 27, right? You just need to do that 9 more times and you win the game. But in reality, that's a terrible decision. What lightning bolt is for killing minions, right? So you're supposed to wait until they play something that has like 2 health or 3 health or something, or until like you can trade your shitty minion for their powerful minion to leave it with 3 health and then kill it, right? But as a new player, because there's an end turn button, basically, you're forcing them to choose between lightning bolt and end turn is choosing not to have fun, right? Whenever you click end turn while you have other options in your hand, you're saying, you know what, these options are fun, but I don't want to do them, right? I'm going to do that later. And like, okay, it's like strategic and interesting and stuff, but it inherently makes the game less accessible and less fun. And I don't think it's necessary, right? It's not helpful to have games have end turn buttons. If you're forced to do things, so that like, okay, so imagine that so in my game that I'm making, you have time, right? And your turn just ends when you run out of time. And that can leave you in situations where you're forced to do something you don't want to do because you need to end your turn. You need to to do something that causes your turn to end. But like that's actually a really elegant design feature that I get from not having an end turn button, because like now you might need to like think 2 turns ahead to make sure that you're keeping a resource that you have that you're keeping a resource that you can use to spend time later, so that you don't end up getting trapped and not being able to end your turn. Hearthstone does have a timer, so technically you could, instead of lightning bolting or ending your turn, just wait for a long time. But the timer is not intended to be an option that you use intentionally. It's intended to be a way to prevent you from trolling your opponent. So technically you're right, but functionally that's not relevant. All right, long conversation about end turn buttons. I think Flurry of Blows is bad. We do have the talk to the hand, but we don't have a tantrum, we don't have any stance exits, we don't have any calm enters. So Flurry of Blows is just not coming back to hand very often. Pressure points is actually pretty interesting here. It doesn't seem like it would be good, because, it's floor 18, we don't have any other pressure points, but if you look at what we do have, we have 2 Third Eyes and a Cut Through Fate, right? So we're going to be doing lots of scrying. So if we want to, we could be a deck that like picks 2 pressure points and then uses that for our like scaling damage for the heart, right? So we're using Weave and Talk to the Hand for our block, and then using pressure points for our damage. However, we already have fasting orange pellets, so we don't like super need that. We can just kill people with a bunch of attacks. So I think this is kind of an unnecessary dimension to add to the deck. Right, the issue still exists there because your argument is that presenting the option forces the player to make a choice. Adding time doesn't remove the choice. Yeah, that's kind of true. I mean, yeah, mostly like the time out versus end turn button like functions the same way, so it's not super relevant to the discussion. But Empty Mind is here too. I don't think Empty Mind is the right pick for the same reasons as Flurry of Blows, so we're gonna skip them. Blessing of the Forge can be pretty nice. Upgrading Eruption is good. Upgrading Third Eye is good. Conclude. We could upgrade Deva Form if we would otherwise be missing it. I think Blessing of the Forge could be more valuable than Dex Pop. It's a bit hard to say. But I think the presumption is that Dex Pop is probably better. It's true. So, okay, so I guess to circle back to the example of the lightning bolt, if there's no end turn button, you have to lightning bolt the face. It's not an option. You just like, you have one energy, you have to spend that energy at the end of your turn. The only way you have is to lightning bolt you in the face. Hearthstone is not designed to not have an end turn button. Hearthstone makes lots of assumptions based on the fact that you have an end turn button. So like, you'd end up with lots of weird situations if you just took Hearthstone and removed the end turn button, because it's like, what if you can't spend all your energy? And then it's like, well, you're trapped. I don't know. The turn auto ends, maybe? And that's super awkward. So I'm not recommending that Hearthstone just removed the end turn button. But what I am saying is if you're designing a new game that's like a tactical game, like a card game, then you should attempt to not have an end turn button. But yes, in the lightning bolt case specifically, the only option would be to lightning bolt the face, which is the fun thing to do anyway. And you want your design to encourage people to have fun. And end turn buttons are not fun. I think we're gonna skip it all. Okay. Question mark. Oh my god. Special relic. Orange pellets. Get in here. Give me your strength. Okay, alright. So we're picking all the powers now, because we wanna proc orange pellets on turn 1 as often as possible. Oh my god, BE, I'm so sorry. So, BE, let me explain. Let me confess my sins on stream. I scheduled the playtest with BE last night, and he is in Central Time, and I'm in Pacific Time. And the time we scheduled was sometime measured in Central Time. And I'm originally from Kansas, so my normal reaction with the Central Time to Pacific Time thing, right? Like when I was a kid and Nickelodeon said like, this show comes on at like 8 Pacific, right? Although they said Eastern, but whatever. When they said like, if something was happening in something in Pacific, then like I would assume that was happening 2 hours later than the current time, right? Because if you're in Kansas, it's later versus the Pacific time. So I did that despite the fact that I am now in the Pacific time zone, and I make this mistake all the time when I'm scheduling things with my family, all the time. And so I ended up being 4 hours late to the playtest that I'd scheduled with BE, because he was 2 hours before the time and I was 2 hours after, measured relative to the Pacific time. Whoops. Ooh, Pixel Noise, gifting some subs. Thanks, Pixel Noise. I appreciate that, and I'm sure B appreciates it as well. Sympathy sub. But don't worry, B will get his playtests. Anytime you're willing to schedule it, I'm available. Do we go into Wrath mode here? Seems like an absolutely terrible idea that could be fun. It does 30 damage, so we'd have to do like 70 damage before he punches us, which is not impossible. If we get like Weave, Cut Through Fate, Conclude, and like a bunch of strikes and third eyes, I think we get there. I guess we could just like do 30 damage and then like go into Calm. Or we could like do 30 damage and attack pot. If this attack pot is like Ragnarok, we can just like win on the spot. Alright, let's give attack pot a shot. Wheel kick. Seems amazing. 3, 6, 8 cards, drawing 2 safe. We got the conclude. Good fight. Bye. Okay. I like your thought process about end turn buttons. Assuming good game design is making the powerful decisions the same as the fun decisions. Yeah, you definitely want those to align. There's a concept called the burden of optimal play, and anybody who has played a game such that they have some amount of mastery with it is familiar with the burden of optimal play, right? Where it's like there's a bunch of things you could do that you would enjoy doing, and like the things that you enjoy doing are the reason you play the game, but you often find yourself not doing those things because the thing that is best to do is something that you also know how to do, and you feel compelled to do the thing that's best. So like things like this comes up all over the place. It comes up in metagames, like in Magic the Gathering, like you're talking about. It also comes up in farming. So like in like an MMO, you'll have the fun exploration of new stuff and doing quests and stuff, but then you'll also have like, I'll just sit here and just smash this spawn point of minions until I'm high enough level to go do the next thing. And oftentimes the burden of optimal play comes up when you have a contradiction between two different reward systems. So this could be either your core game conflicting with your metagame, or it could be two of your game systems conflicting with each other, or the like intrinsic and extrinsic motivations of the game conflicting. Blackjack and poker are honestly just like they're kind of just like math problems. I don't know. Like blackjack is such a minimalistic game that it's like basically not even a game. I know that like in casinos in reality, like they add a bunch of stuff to like blackjack to make it more like gamey and fun. But like if you played it with like no like doubling down or splitting or like weird casino specific stuff, if you just play it like you bust if you go over 21, then it's just you just hit unless you're at a specific number, and then whatever. And if you played it with no card counting, obviously, as it is expected to be played. Poker is definitely more interesting, but yeah, true. I think the main fun part of blackjack is just the like winning and losing and like the atmosphere and like hanging out with people, or like being in a casino and like drinking alcohol and the risk, you know. He's the when you say hit, the dealer's like, "Are you sure you're at 20?" You're like, "Hit me!" Pixel noise is very intense in casinos today, I learned. Okay, so I talked about Wallop before. I don't think we take Wallop. We also talked about taking Fasting. That was before we got an Energy Relic in Act 2. I don't think we're interested in follow-up now. Crush Joints is actually kind of good. Because we have talked to the hand, at some point we're going to need to take either Crush Joints or, I forget the name of the other one. The one that does weak. Whoa, that'd be fun. If you could like shoot the moon in blackjack, and it's like either you're staying under 21 or you're getting like some specific other number. I think if I were designing blackjack, it would be 25. If you can hit specifically 25, then you're in good shape. I think we're going to pass Crush Joints now, though. I don't think we're so desperate for it that we want Crush Joints. We generally want the other one. We want the weak one more than we want the vulnerable one. Because weak is really good against the heart. Alright, we got to this point. We said this was going to be a decision point. So we could do a question mark and a shop before our fire, elite fire, or we could do a fight and a question mark. Our last question mark was not particularly impressive. I kind of like question mark shop, because then if we do run into Forgotten Altar, we can just get rid of the curse, take a curse and get rid of it. So I'm going to do question mark. Knowing Skull. We are right before a shop and a fire, which is like pretty much the optimal Knowing Skull situation. Did they buff a Knowing Skull? 90 gold seems like more than normal. I might click this button a couple times. We've got Tungsten Rod too. This is like pretty much the best Knowing Skull I've ever seen. Also, if we get a colorless card, we get money from the Ceramic Fish. You picked 27 because it's the weakest hand you should stand on. I see. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, it's true. If you make it 25, then it's just like, well, you're already supposed to hit on 15, so you just randomly get the jackpot occasionally. Yeah, I did not think about it as clearly as Pixel Noise did. How many of these buttons am I willing to click? Because I think it might be, like, too many. So let me make sure I understand this correctly. When you click an option, the health option for that goes up, is my understanding. Let's open it up. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. The cost of that reward increases by 1 HP. Okay, yes, so I'm correct. Okay. So if we take 180 gold, we end up paying 11 health. And that gets us to a really nice shop total. If we buy a potion, that costs 5. Assuming we do both of those, that's 16 health. If we take a colorless card, that's also 5. That'd be 21 health. And then we'd have to pay 5 health to leave. So that's a total of 26 health, and would leave us at 36. But we would get a potion, a colorless card, a bunch of money, go to a shop, heal up, go fight an elite. Seems great. The reason for the colorless card is primarily the ceramic fish proc. Maybe that's not a good enough reason to pick a colorless card. I guess let's come up with a couple of colorless cards that I would want to put in the deck. Either the zero cost attack or the zero cost block I would want. Any of the card draw stuff I would want. And there's quite a bit of card draw stuff. Secret Technique or Secret Weapon I would both want. Apotheosis I think I would want. But there's a bunch of cards I wouldn't want too, right? Like the X cost generate a bunch of colorless cards thing. Oh, is it just get a random one? Oh wait, shit. If it's just get a random one, there's no way I'm clicking that button. I assumed it was you get to pick a colorless card. Get a random uncommon colorless card. Wow, that is completely not what it describes. Okay, so let's look at the uncommon colorless cards. Okay, so it's Bandage Up, which I think is probably bad. Blind, which is good. Dark Shackles, which is great. Deep Breath, which I would say is good, kinda. Discovery, which is bad. Dramatic Entrance, which is actually great. Dramatic Entrance is a zero-cost attack, and it's guaranteed to happen on turn 1, so I would just get to pick all the powers, and then I would always get orange pellets on turn 1, and could keep the strength. Enlightenment is terrible. Finesse is amazing. Flash of Steel is amazing. Forethought is bad. Good Instincts is good. Impatience is good, I suppose. It's not like dramatically good, but it's pretty good. Jack of all trades is probably bad. Madness is probably bad. Mind Blast is, I guess, okay. It's an innate attack. Yeah, so it helps us trigger orange pellets on turn 1. I guess we would end up with a big deck if we did Mind Blast. Panacea is amazing. Panic Button's pretty good. I'd like Panic Button. Purity is pretty weak. I think Purity is bad. Swift Strike is good. Trip is good. Okay. I think most of them are pretty good. I guess I need to do a little spreadsheet. Do I? Okay, so let's count the bad ones. Bandage Up is 1. Discovery is 2. Enlightenment's 3. Forethought's 4. Jack of all trades is 5. Does that really count? Yeah. So Jack of all trades is 5. Madness is 6. Purity 7. Okay, so there's 7 bad ones and 13 at least good ones. I think I will hit at least once. All this blackjack talk. Why don't you like Madness? Madness is great sometimes. The primary reason for not liking Madness here is we have a bunch of energy from Holy Water already. And Deva Form. So Madness ends up being like a card that we draw that we like don't really need. I guess if we like land a Madness on like a Third Eye or a Cut Through Fate, we're pretty happy about that. I mean, worst case scenario, we can just remove the card, right? Because we don't have any curses or anything to remove. Right, this is we're definitely clicking. The Forge. This, I think we're clicking twice. And then it's really just colorless card or skip. It's only 5 health. Alright. Flash of Steel. Yes! Okay. And now let's leave. Wow. 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 This is a hell of a store. Blind Seer. Is there literally any bad stuff here? There's like Flurry of Blows and Foreign Influence are like the only bad things at this store. Like, the potions are good, the card remove's great, this relics are all amazing. Talk to the Hand, Jesus Christ. I'm in shock. I don't even know what to do with this situation. We have Tori and Tungsten Rod available. So Tori Tungsten Rod is really good, but it costs us a Talk to the Hand here. And I don't know if I'm willing to pay a Talk to the Hand. I really want that second Talk to the Hand. Okay. So assuming we buy the Talk to the Hand. Yeah, I mean, I know Tori Tungsten Rod. It's good. I like it a lot. It doesn't negate the multi-attacks. It negates, like, the first couple multi-attacks. But after that, he starts hitting for, like, 13 times 15 or whatever. Why do I have a baking tag on the stream? It's a joke about my name, Vegetablebread. I do make bread sometimes on stream. No, so Tori does not interact with the Beat of Death. Tori is attack damage only. Tungsten Rod does, but Tori doesn't. Okay, so if we is Clockwork Souvenir actually doing anything? Wait, if we pick Battle Hymn, then we have an innate power, and we always get the Purge of orange pellets on turn 1. Right? If we upgrade this. I guess we don't have an innate attack. Hey, Mint Chuck, how's it going? Alright, so I think we're probably doing Talk to the Hand and Battle Hymn, and then, like, card removing a Strike. So that costs, like, 270. If we spend 270, what do we got left? We got, like, 70 left, 75. So we can buy, like, a potion. I saw the easiest Ascension 20 heart kill yesterday. I was laughing the whole hour. It was a starter swap for Choker. Yep. Took less than an hour. I think he started the heart fight with 2 talks in a Diva form. Jeez, I still read it as Diva form. I'm supposed to say it as Diva form, but I still read it as Diva form. Man, 2 talks in a Diva form means you have 5 energy too. It's a pretty impressive heart fight setup. So maybe we do like Talk to the Hand, Battle Hymn. Maybe we do Clockwork Souvenir instead of Battle Hymn. Do Clockwork Souvenir and mutagenic strength interact the way I think they do? Actually, they almost certainly do, because like no matter which one goes first, even if it happens at the end of the turn, you would still get 3 permanent strength. Although I'm pretty sure they interact such that you just start with 3 permanent strength. Hey, Guitar. Thanks for the points thingy. Yeah, there's lots of way to get temporary energy on turn 1. You can even get 5 energy. If you start with Choker, you can get up to 6, right? If you pick energy relics at both bosses. Right, so I guess Talk to the Hand, or I guess Battle Hymn and Clockwork Souvenir are a little bit in conflict here. Because both of them proc mutagenic strength, and like maybe we don't need both. $13 energy, my god. Wait, is that even possible? Are there 10 boss energy relics? You had all of them? I really want the Talk to the Hand, but I guess, like, maybe there's no good line here. Maybe it's like Talk to the Hand, Blasphemy card remove. Maybe that's the thing. So Talk to the Hand, Blasphemy is 239. So we'd be left with 126 or so. Or 16. No, 26. No, 16. So then we'd card remove and have a 16 left. That seems fine. Blasphemy's really good, right? Like, I'm never gonna be disappointed I picked Blasphemy. Am I ever gonna be disappointed I picked Blasphemy? It's not useful in the heart fight. What about Talk to the Hand, Clockwork Souvenir card remove? Just to get the guaranteed strength, and then we can orange pellets for more strength. Costs 154, so we'd have 101 left. Or 254, and then we'd have 101, so we'd card remove and have 1 energy left. Yeah, I guess Clockwork is disappointing. Or, I guess Blasphemy can be disappointing. So Pip, I think Clockwork isn't a must, because, like, it's cool to get the 3 extra strength, and, like, we're basically built around strength scaling, with the fasting and orange pellets and things. But, like, yeah, but we have orange pellets, so, like, if we get Battle Hymn and we upgrade it, then that's basically the same as getting Clockwork Souvenir. But, like, what if we draw, like, Daviform on turn 1 and we don't want to proc orange pellets? Like, if it's... Well, even if we get Daviform on turn 1, though, we just play Daviform and then we triple Miracle and whatever, play an attack in 2 blocks. Because it literally only gives us the permanent strength, right? We can't actually get an artifact charge out of it because it's always going to interact with mutagenic strength. But I think we buy it anyway, because just getting the permanent strength is really good, and not having to think about it on turn 1. Because there's lots of fights where, like, you want to do something else on turn 1, or, like, if we just randomly don't draw a power. And I kind of don't want Battle Hymn. Like, it's nice to have a bunch of attacks, but Battle Hymn can, like, fill up your hand, and... oh, that's true, we can't... Wait, can we save the artifact? I think actually no. I think the way it works is Clockwork Souvenir procs first, and then orange mutagenic strength goes, so you lose the orange pellets or you lose the artifact at the beginning of your turn. Yeah. Alright. I think we're doing this one. Alright. I think we rest here. We'll probably be fine through the elite. We don't have, like, great upgrades. I guess talk to them. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, what's STON? Is that the same as collar? Stone? Oh, Philosopher's Stone. Yeah, yeah. Huh. A bunch of people started naming all the energy relics because Mintshot claimed he had 13 energy. Yeah, okay, let's just rest. Book of Stabbing. Yeah, they both trigger immediately, so you end up with permanent strength no matter what, which is fine. Okay, let's start card. Hey, fasting. Alright, double third eye for block. Set up a talk to the hand for next turn. And a weave would be nice. Oh wait, I can just play the weave now. Okay, we do take 2, but we also have 7 strength and 4 dex on turn 1, so I'll take it. We need to play these. You skipped for 3 turns? What? Maybe they changed it from between April and now. That's confusing. Because I'm pretty sure they always interact this way. We need to block for 21, so I think we'll play both defends. That blocks for 18, 21 exactly. Oh wait, yeah it does. Okay, cool. And then in future we should be able to block with block turn. Flash Steel. Do we need David form? Yeah, so Pip, I think I agree that either Battle Hymn or Clockwork Souvenir did need to be picked. I think we definitely needed to get the guaranteed strength on turn 1, but that strength could have come from Clockwork Souvenir, and I think that would have been fine. But having to play the Clockwork Souvenir both like gives me the whatchamacallit, the smites that I'm not super jazzed about, and then also forces me to play 3 energy worth of like a power and attack and a block on turn 1. Sorry for the doorbell, that was in my house, not yours. Did the witch just die? I don't know what you're talking about. So we can block for 10 with these. He's hitting for 28. Oh, ding dong, I see. So we block for 24 total if we do Cut Through Fate, Strike, Defend. Actually, we block for more than that because Cut Through Fate blocks for 10. Mintjog, sorry, you won't be able to post links. Oh, I thought there was a weave in there. I guess I was wrong. And so we'll just let David Holm go. Alright. Third eye's almost guaranteed to get the weave. Well, not almost guaranteed, it's only 60%. These block for 23 together. Almost worth one of the potions. To avoid the wound, but I think probably not yet. Oh, right, Tungsten Rod. We can Eruption for free, and then go back into Vigilance. Seems like a great turn. Next turn, maybe skip the strike. 36. Oh wait, no, 42. So I guess we're taking 4. 3 after Vegetablebread. Seems fine. I'll just keep both potions. Matryoshka. Hey, look at that. I would say, like, Hovering Kite almost doesn't kill. I guess maybe you have a guaranteed way to discard a card from your turn 1. Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna extend it to like guaranteed cards in hand, then like you could have like a bottled double energy as defect, right? Like, there's all kinds of like, it gets really confusing if you don't draw the line at like specifically the beginning of the turn. Also, like, why aren't people talking about Lantern? Shouldn't Lantern be in this list if it's turn 1 energy? I guess if we're talking about 13 energy specifically. 13 energy every turn. At the beginning of the turn. All these are bad, right? Swivel's bad. Oh wait, I should be doing exercise. Okay, I'm just gonna do like lunges. They're gonna be off camera, sorry. All right. So stance changing, no. Discounting attacks, no. A lot of my attacks already cost 0, and I don't like Judgment. Not gonna pick Judgment. Okay. I think we're smithing here. We're pretty full health. Got some pretty good things to smith. I think Talk of the Hand is a presumptive pick. I could see Weave getting picked eventually. Third Eyes are really good. Does Flash Steel get 2 cards? No. Then I don't care. Cut Through Fate's got a good upgrade too, but I think it's Talk of the Hand by a lot. Okay. Demario and Regal Pillow. Well, that's weird. Let's go and smith again. Is it Eruption? Eruption upgrade's pretty good. Maybe it's like Cut Through Fate or Third Eye. I wish the Deva form upgrade made it cost 2. I literally, okay, people in chat need to stop arguing about energy relics. You both understand each other completely. It's just like, you're just disagreeing about where the line is, and I just don't care anymore. Next one he talks gets banned. Or timed out, not banned. Settle down. Conclude's got a great upgrade too. Alright, we're gonna give Minchak a 1 minute. Okay, alright, he said he's done. Alright, that's fine. Let's do Cut Through Fate. I like Cut Through Fate a lot because it's like, when you can try for 3, you get more control over like when you're shuffling and what card you're getting. Third Eye gets 2 extra scry, so it seems like it would be better to upgrade Third Eye. And maybe it is, if we're like specifically looking for the weave. But when you use Cut Through Fate, you're controlling what card goes into your hand right now, always. So I think this is a more important upgrade. Alright. Are you looking through the code, BE? I didn't know you were a software engineer. Yeah, as soon as I said that, I was like, but wait, what if they're typing now? Alright. Dio, sorry, that is a timeout. I warned you. Miracle's gonna be the skill, and then we're gonna straight conclude. Okay. Alright. We do not have weave. Third Eye can help us find it. We could try and talk to the hand and get some block out of that. We could Blessing of the Forge the hand, upgrading Eruption and the Miracles. To try and turbo a bunch of stuff into existence. Cut Through Fate does 32 damage. Yeah, David has not been played a lot. I'm assuming at some point I'll pick like another Cut Through Fate or two, and like maybe a wheel kick, and then like David Form will actually start being good. But right now, David Form is just like, we don't really need the 4 energy or whatever. Kind of inconvenient, the health totals here. Because Cut Through Fate does 32, and Talk to the Hand does 28, which are both like kind of wasteful on cultists and not enough to kill the other two. I think we'll just assume that we get a kill with Cut Through Fate. Okay, Weave is great. You think if the relics were in the opposite order, you'd be able to save the artifact? I've never seen any evidence that the behavior changes based on the order of the relics, but I feel like it should. And if do you actually see code that's indicating that, BE? Alright, so we'll just run this fight. Okay. Crap. Fruit juice means we have to throw away something. I think we're going to keep Blessing of the Forge. We have Holy Water, so Blessing of the Forge ends up being, like, better than an energy potion. Fruit juice is pretty much always a pick. Yeah, you're fine, Dioletri. I just... so, like, I don't want to be, like, a chat tone police a lot, but in my judgment, the way you asked the question was inflammatory. So you were saying, like, have you ever even played with a nuclear battery? And it's like, you guys just had a long discussion about nuclear battery. I'm pretty sure he knows how the relic works. So that seemed like a disrespectful question, and particularly in the context of the, like, all right, next person who speaks gets timed out. I felt like I was compelled to time you out for it. Both relics are just adding actions to the top of the stack, and since Clockwork is second, it pushes Mutagenic down. At least I think so. Huh. Interesting. Alright, guitar. You're getting timed out for that. Yeah, no, I assume that people generally are engaging in good faith and have positive intentions, and I imagine your question was probably well intentioned, but I think there was definitely room for it to have been. What? So the order matters? You're kidding. I always assumed that each individual relic was just like procced at their own timing or something, because there's lots of stupid interactions. Oh my god, this changes everything. So, like... So if they were in the other order, I would keep the artifact charge until the end of the first turn. Wow. And why is it a stack? What is that all about? So it's a stack where it goes right to left, and then... in which order... Well, it would have to be... Oh, I see. So maybe it's a stack going left to right, and then it resolves top down? Because I must have gotten the artifact charge first, and then the strength, right? Because the strength down got removed. Crazy. So the ones on the end happen first? But why? Why would it be like that? That's like the reverse of what I would expect. Why isn't it just do them in order? What is that stack adding to the game? That's really confusing. No problem. Let me know anytime you want a timeout, guitar. I think we don't want any of these. Oh, wait, actually, Prostrate's kind of good. We have 4 decks from the fasting, and we have a Damaru now. Is Prostrate good? I think Prostrate would be good if we already had like 2 Wheel Kicks and 3 Cut Through Fates, but that's not really the situation. So I think we're gonna hold off on Prostrate. Flying Sleeve seems really unnecessary, and Swool seems terrible. Alright, see you around, guitar. Hard to land to talk to the hand in this fight. We can use them for murder. I guess let's look for a weave. So third eye first. Alright, Vigilance is an out at least. Fasting Conclude's good for next turn. I guess if I was going to Miracle out the Strike, I should have done it before I left Wrath mode. Okay. Weave, Fasting, Miracle triggers the thing. I guess Third Eye triggers the thing too. We want to play Fasting before Weave. For the damage. I don't really want to defend. The pre-3 energy power. Poor? What? So confused. It's like you corrected yourself, but then didn't spell any words that I'm familiar with, so now I'm just even more confused. We're definitely losing some health here. Oh yeah, it's true. We do keep not playing Day of Form. I think that's something worth complaining about. There's another Weave. I think that's almost guaranteed to be the pick. Fear No Evil and Study are here too. Study could be a somewhat useful way of proccing orange pellets. Fear No Evil exits the stance for the future Tantrum that we maybe pick. But I think it's Weave by a mile. Okay. Ah, Snake Plant. My good friend. Alright, we can't block for 24 right now, so let's have Cut Through Fate try and help us. None of these are very helpful. I think this is going to be the Blessing of the Forge. Yeah, no worries, Dolatri. My brother has dyslexia too. I'm sort of roughly familiar. Yeah, this is an inclusive place. Everyone is welcome. It's true. I haven't played the Day of Form yet. It's sad. So currently we're walking for 17 with double defend, Third Eye. He's attacking for 24, so we're taking 7 damage. Blessing of the Forge can save all that health and upgrade some miracles for the future. I guess I'll do it. Ha! We found the weave. Found both weaves. Do we want Daviform next turn? Next turn Daviform's gotta be good, right? Because we've got, like, triple miracle. Okay. Okay, so we blocked out and did a bunch of damage. Right, he's not even attacking. It's the perfect time to Daviform. We could Miracle out a Vigilance or like an Eruption even. Looks like these things are happening next turn. I think we're pretty happy about Miracling next turn. Alright. It's happening. .jpg. We still do take some damage here. 3. Or I guess 2 because of the tungsten rod. But that's okay because we get lethal. A fairy in a bottle. Wow. Our last 2 potions were fruit juice and fairy in a bottle. Those are some potions right there. Sands of Time plus, Empty Fist plus, and Flurry of Blows plus, I think are all no's. We don't really need that type of damage. We just need, like, more Cut Through Fates, Wheel Kicks, Third Eyes. That's what we're looking for. Nope. Alright, Slaver time. We can Daviform turn 1. I guess I'll Flash of Steel first, see what we're getting into. I think we just play this whole hand. Okay. Taking some damage. And we get 4 energy this turn, so we can do Fasting, Weave, Third Eye, Weave, Conclude, which blocks for 9 with those. And then this will end up blocking for 11. And hopefully killing Slaver, right? So assuming we kill Slaver, 9 plus 11 is 20. We take 1 damage, ends up being 0 damage because of the Tungsten Rod. Do we kill Slaver? These each hit for 9. So we do 18 damage with Weaves, and then... Oh wait, sorry, we're weak. So Weaves are supposed to start from 4 damage, right? Yeah, 4 damage. But we're going to have 7 strength, so they go up to 11. 11 with weak is 8? Yeah, it's 8. So they do 16 with Weaves, and then the Conclude starts at 16, starts at 12. And then we get 7 strength, it goes up to 19, so it loses 4, and goes to 15. So 15 plus, these are doing 16, so we do 31, and we miss by a tiny bit. That's disappointing. Can we do better? Actually, Cut Through Fate does more damage than Conclude, doesn't it? Because it gives us an extra weave. So I think that'll probably be enough. Okay. Oh, we got another wave, too. Okay. This is looking pretty good. So now we can block with either Conclude or Cut Through Fate. I think we actually want to block with Cut Through Fate or with Conclude here. If we do Cut Through Fate, we draw a card, and if we draw a card, then next turn we don't get to draw with Third Eye, with both Weaves in the discard. So Conclude it is. Alright, so let's get Talk of a Hand down on somebody, and then Third Eye to block. Let's actually get Talk of a Hand on Taskmaster? No, I wanted to put Talk of a Hand on Taskmaster because he generally survives longer, but if I put it on him, then he has lower health. Can you explain how Weave works, even though I have 300 hours play? Actually, Weave is very complicated, so I don't, I'm not judging you for not knowing how Weave works. Oh, and you never played Watcher. Okay, yeah. So Weave just like, the text on the card is that you get it back from the discard pile whenever you scry. But there's a trick. If we play this Third Eye and there are 0 cards in the draw pile, it doesn't count as scrying. So if we had drawn a card with Cut Through Fate last turn, there would have been 0 cards and we wouldn't get back the Weave with Third Eye right now. And that's what I was playing around. Yeah, and it works that way for Cut Through Fate too. Anytime there's 0 cards in the draw pile. It's pretty busted that if you discard it, it comes back to your hand with the same scry. Yeah, it is a little bit busted. The words whenever and after mean very specific things in Hearthstone, and they mean slightly less specific things in Slay the Spire, but it wouldn't work that way in Hearthstone, because in Hearthstone, it would have to have been in the discard pile the whole time, and it would say after, because whenever doesn't make sense in that context. I guess if it said whenever, it would mean whenever you're about to scry, put it back into your hand, which would be really confusing. Alright, I'll leave that there for potential block next turn. And probably kill Slaver next turn. Okay. Alright, second shot at Battle Hymn. Last one was at a shop, so we would have had to pay for it. It doesn't seem like we're very interested in purging debuffs on turn 1. Now that we have the Clockler Souvenir. Yeah, it's a Flurry of Blows, but for scry, exactly. And Watcher decks a lot of times end up doing this, like, play a bunch of 0-cost attacks over and over archetype with Talk to the Hands. So Flurry and scry are the ways you get that to happen. Battle Hymn. We do proc Birdface Urn with Battle Hymn. Oh man, in the last stream I tried to make a list of all the marginal healing powers. So it was like, whatever, Eternal Feather and Meal Ticket, and like, we even had like Toy Ornithopter and White Beast Statue and like Blood Vial. And I totally missed Birdface Urn. Pantograph's in there too. There's so many of them. Regal Pillow doesn't count. Regal Pillow, you only get healing if you rest. So it's not like extra healing per floor. You don't get the health just by climbing the spire. We could rest here. I could see that being good. It seems like we're going to be fine, though, so we could probably take an upgrade. Third Eye upgrades are really good. Eruption would be okay. Maybe we, like, remove the Eruption from the deck. I think this deck would be better with no Eruptions and no Vigilance. I don't think we use stances at all. Yeah, Third Eye upgrade is really nice. Oh, is the rule no because was confused by the White Beast. Did you put in Cleric's Face? Oh, yeah, no, I didn't put in Cleric's Face. Yeah, that counts, right? Because you get max HP, so you get current HP too. I think we also forgot Bloody Altar in this when we were constructing the list this time. Yeah, let's do Third Eye upgrade. Seems good. Alright, we are going to want to drink this fruit juice before we end the act, so let's make sure we don't forget that. Deva form seems good. Are we able to remove artifact charges at all? No. The only thing is to Talk to the Hands. Okay, so I think we're probably going to land the Talk to the Hands on Orblings then. I'll go ahead and Miracle a Third Eye just to set up for next turn. Fasting is great. Conclude's probably good too. Okay. Yeah, Bloody Idol on the Knowing Skull event is pretty insane. It's kind of unfortunate that they like had to change that interaction. Because it's a rare event. It doesn't happen that often, but I understand why they wanted to change it. There just shouldn't be any infinites in events, right? That's just too good. Infinites in fights, yes. You could say a really Meow's Gift, but only if we do fear Ironclads. No, I don't think Meow's Gift counts as a marginal healing relic. I think that's a little bit too far. Let's play Third Eye and get a Weave. What are these guys taking? They are taking a Talk to the Hand and a Weave. Rude. Let's defend, block out, and then conclude. We're going to need to kill these orbs pretty quick, so we can get our Talk to the Hand back. Okay, let's get that Talk to the Hand back. None of those are good. And then put the Talk to the Hand on him. Alright, we're going to keep this orb around so that we can farm him for block later. Right. We have a Scry in the discard. We have, or a Weave. Yeah, we have one. Lee's Waffle is not marginal healing. That's one-time healing. If we're depending on Talk to the Hand for blocking, do Donu Deku just kind of own us? We have to pick a card at some point. We have to pick either Crushing Blows or a God, I can't remember the name of the other one. There's a card like Crushing Blows that does weak. Yeah, shoot, what is that card called? Alright, so I think the time has come to kill him, so we're going to strike him, and I think we're going to actually... Yeah, we'll probably just kill him with the Conclude. He'll give us a Weave, so that's kind of unfortunate. Wave of the Hand is an excellent way to block, although Wave of the Hand is a little bit tricky, because Wave of the Hand, you want to combo with Talk to the Hand, right? Because you want to get Talk to the Hand on people, and then Wave of the Hand and play a bunch of attacks and get a million block, but you can't use that to remove the first... the first artifact. Yeah, and it's not the name of the card we were looking for, although it does work. I'm looking at 3 cards, so I could either be casting the upgraded Cut Through Fate or the unupgraded Third Eye. The unupgraded Third Eye is here, so it must be the Cut Through Fate. So I'll take the Flash of Steel. Nope, it was a Weave. Do I have 3 Weaves? Or 3 Third Eyes? That's very confusing. Oh, there were only 3 cards left. Whoop. Sash Whip. There we go. It is. You cheated. Unacceptable. I've given out 1-minute bans for less. Looks like we're actually going to go into Divinity this fight. We've obviously... seems like Defends and Third Eyes next turn are probably good. And let's go back into Calm. This Miracle is basically useless now because we have 8 energy. Alright, we need lots of block. We can't land Talk to the Hand. I guess we're just going to play everything. That Defend, I think, is the best thing we can get. Yeah, it is. I'll leave Conclude for next turn. Oops. Man, those Weaves hit hard. We're still taking 20 here, though. But that should be the last Hyper Beam we have to endure, so... think we'll survive. Oops, we should have third-eyed before we played the other card. Alright, that'll do it. Yeah, I do love an early Blood Vial. Oh yeah, the interaction with the vampire event is super fun. Let's see. Scrawl seems great. Blasphemy is also quite good. Ragnarok, also good. These are all great. What am I talking about? I think Scrawl is the most critical for like getting crazy Devaform stuff to happen. Scrawl really leans into the thing the current deck is doing. Blasphemy gives the deck a sort of new dimension that helps us win hallway fights really convincingly. And Ragnarok helps us pay off the 2 copies of Talk to the Hand. Yeah, if we've scaled with Claw, it would have way too much text on the card. We've already has 4 lines of text, or 5 lines of text. Also, there's a rule on the Hearthstone team that we don't have any hanging words like this. There's no Hearthstone cards that have 1 word on a line. So you'd have to, as a Hearthstone designer, you'd have to fiddle this around a little bit until you can get, I guess, probably more terse language. Maybe you can, like, say, return to your hand when you scry or something. Well, I guess you have to say from the discard pile, because otherwise it would be from anywhere. Although return does imply that it's in the discard, right? Because it's returning from where? So Ragnarok pays off the Talk of a Hand, Scrawl draws a bunch of cards, Blasphemy kills people. Let's draw a bunch of cards. Calling Bell's pretty good. We've got, oh, I thought Matryoshka, Matryoshka? I thought Matryoshka was a Omomoria here, so I thought that I was going to not get the curse, but I would get the curse. We have tons of Scry, although I want more. We have 2 Third Eyes and a Cut Through Fate, and I would take probably like 2 more Cut Through Fates and another Third Eye. So we have a lot of deck quality mitigation is what I would call that, where it's okay to have low quality cards because we can just scry past them, and Calling Bell decreases our deck's quality and increases our relic quality. And increasing our relic quality is really nice because we get more strength scaling, and we don't care about deck quality that much, so Calling Bell seems really good here. Slaver's Collar seems kind of unnecessary. In Boston Elite fights, eventually we're going to get up to Deva form, and we already have Holy Water, so we don't super need 4 energy per turn. And Runic Dome has a really big downside of, like, you can't tell which attack the Heart and the Spire Elites are doing, or like Time Lord. So I think it's going to be Calling Bell here, which is fun. Oh man, look at that! Vajra Duality Lizardtail. I asked for strength scaling. Vajra is amazing strength scaling. Great. Duality is incredible in this deck. Duality plus Orange Pellets is like absolutely an engine on its own. And we're already like doing a ton of like Talk to the Hand stuff, so we're playing a ton of attacks. This is like probably the best relic we could have possibly gotten. And then Lizardtail. We now have a Lizardtail and a Fairy in a bottle, so we're like extremely likely to be able to like win the run. We're like very resilient to getting screwed by shuffles later on in the game. So that was just about the best Calling Bell I could have asked for. Like, maybe I would take a Fossilized Helix over a Lizardtail, but honestly, like, maybe not. I definitely would have picked Duality for my uncommon. That's definitely the best uncommon. Maybe the best common would have been, like, Anchor, but I'm definitely not complaining about Vajra. Yeah, if I could have picked, I would have gone Anchor and Fossilized Helix, but whatever. You don't get to pick. These are amazing. Okay, so it is Donu Deka first, so we're going to have to find a solution for the artifact charges. So this is a case where you don't want to save the artifact, because then you'll use it on duality. Yep, that's true. I would much rather have 3 strength than 1 dex. Although I was confused for a second, because I was like, well, if I could have artifact like way later, then I would love to have, you know, 10 dex versus 3 strength. But that's not what you're talking about. You're talking about the ordering of these two. And that is only the very first, the start of the first turn. Okay, we got pretty free pathing. We are going to have to recall during this act, so we should prioritize at least a couple of fires. And I would say we don't really need too much more power. I think we're pretty good in terms of relic power. So if we're dodging elites, I don't feel terrible about that. Although, might as well fight some elites because we're good enough to do it. We could go on this right path. There's 2 elites there and a couple of fires. Kind of a lot of hallway fights before that. 4 hallway fights is a lot. We could get 3 question marks here. Get a fire. Still get 1 elite late. 1's kind of low. Maybe we do 2 question marks and 3 fights before an elite. And then go to a shop to fire a late elite. Double shop is kind of bad. Maybe we just dodge that shop and go here. That makes some sense. All right, let's go to these 2 question marks and then see what we feel like. All right, starting with 4 strength. Oh, I was supposed to drink the fruit juice at the end of the act. I totally forgot. Darn it. Oh, we would have healed for a little bit extra. Oh well. Seems like we need to double defend here. And we're still taking a bunch of damage. 2 from him, 10 from him, 12 total. Oof. Alright, we got some work to do. Our only healing relic is Birdface Urns, so we currently heal for how much per fight? 1, 2... So we have 2 powers, so we heal for 4 per fight. So healing that 12 is going to take 3 fights of taking no damage. 3 rare, 2 shops carry relics run. What? Are you talking about orange pellets and duality? Let's see, talk to the hand. I don't think we're ready for Scrawl yet. Conclude's really good in the fight. We're not getting to purge debuffs this turn, so we need to block for 18 plus 13, which is 31, unless we can kill him, which it looks like we probably can. Oh wait, no, that's only 26. Not quite enough. Maybe third eye gets a weave. It does. Fasting means we're probably purging next turn. We don't need stance changing with that. Okay, so now with Strike, Conclude, Weave, we can kill him. We already blocked him out, so that seems like it could be a good idea. Alternately, we could keep him alive because he has block return on him. Nah. I guess Third Eye also kills him. Doesn't really matter. Okay. Losing 5 decks feels bad. Yeah, I get that you're naming the relics that I have, but what do you mean? Like, you expect to get relics during your runs. Okay, so we're gonna proc Duality and Fasting debuff here, and we want to get the most possible value out of that. So we're actually gonna play Fasting last? If we play Fasting last, we get to get 1 additional dex, but it costs us some health this turn. Yeah, let's play Fasting first, so that we do more damage to these guys. Scrawl's starting to get good next turn. My wins only have in average 15 relics, and I normally only get 1 rare. Huh, you only get that many relics? That seems like too low. I think you're not hunting enough elites, maybe. Cut Through Fate draws a weave. I guess I'll take a strike too. And that's going to be the end of the fight. Although it was a costly one. Time to drink fruit juice, get blessing. Silent can win with pretty few relics. Silent's got some really good cards, especially with upgrades. Just Lucky versus Cut Through Fate is not as obvious as it would appear. You would think that the Cut Through Fate would be the favorite by far, given how much I've asked for Cut Through Fates by name. But Just Lucky pays off both halves of duality, and that's really, really powerful. And it gets back weaves. Helps us proc orange pellets on difficult turns, like a turn when we played Devaform or something. So let's grab a Just Lucky. Standard Orb Walker. Classic Act 3 introduction. Let's go nuts. Let's play a bunch of Miracles and Strawl. You're saying lots of examples of wins that have small numbers of relics, but I don't think that means what you think it means, because that just means that you're playing wrong and trying to boast to me about it. I don't know why you're doing that. Okay, good fight. Simmering Fury helps to draw a bunch of cards. Card draw is good. Also, non-Ascension 20 and Ascension 20 are a little bit different. Ascension 16 is getting up there. We got most of the hard stuff turned on, but actually, like 17, 18, and 19 are like among the hardest Ascensions to climb. So you may find yourself changing your play a little bit as you continue to climb. I think average relic count is probably like 20 or 25. Like you want to be sort of filling up the bar most of the way. If you can get 30 plus and you're getting the little check mark, then you're going to win for sure, pretty much. You said 17 isn't nearly as bad? I don't know. 17 is like... normal enemies getting harder is pretty rough. 18 is really rough, though. 18's like Lagavulin starts debuffing you for 2. That's rough. I think we're skipping all these. None of them Scrad. It's basically the only qualifier at this point. A rare relic. Sure. Let's go. Good to start with Devaform. Devaform's a little slow for this fight. We maybe skip it. I guess we're going to block with Vigilance and Talk to the Hand. Yeah, maybe we just skip Devaform here and do like Vigilance, Talk to the Hand, Strike, Conclude with a couple of Miracles. Okay. We're going to target the low one. Oh, I'm actually going to restart the fight. Sorry, I misplayed that very slightly. I want to play the attacks before the Vigilance, so that I get the extra 2 decks. Yeah, Blessing is totally an option here. So I considered it. It seems like it doesn't have enough of an upside. I guess upgrading the Miracles is pretty important. Yeah. Plus, we're likely to get another potion soon, so let's go ahead. I think that's a good argument, baby. And then let's just play the Devaform. And keep 2 decks, which is something I totally didn't realize. Okay, so we play the fasting, play some attacks. Oh, I was going to use the defend to purge debuffs, but I guess I'm not going to, because I would rather just kill him. Maybe I would rather use the purge the debuffs. Keeping 9 dex is quite a lot, and we can save the block return. So let's see, we take net 2 damage for defending instead of striking, but we get to keep... I guess it's only 3 dex, huh? Oh no, we have to, because we have to purge the fasting debuff. Yeah, okay. Alright. Getting an extra proc out of that, I think is pretty good. This turn seems good. Next turn, I'll keep 1 defend. Okay. Seems terrible. Oh crap, I was supposed to keep it so I could get my weaves back. Oh well, didn't matter. Yeah, I think your line was reasonable. Ooh, peace pipe, huh? Interesting. Oh, there's the wheel kick. I've been looking for a wheel kick for forever. I keep saying I'm gonna put like 3 wheel kicks and 2 cut through fates in the deck, and I keep not seeing them. But there's the wheel kick. Great. It's up against Third Eye. Third Eye's pretty good. I would take another Third Eye. But with like Just Lucky and Weaves and Flash of Steel and Daviform and stuff, we like need that wheel kick, so I'll take it. A Tesseract. We do have Ceramic Fish, so there's some value in picking a larger number. Not a ton of value, just a small amount of value. We named quite a few colorless cards that were good earlier. We also lose less health than normal because of Tungsten Rod, which is totally insane. The fact that Tungsten Rod, like, procs in events is nuts. In fact, if I were gonna nerf the, like, Tungsten Rod, Bloody Idol, whatchamacallit, Knowing Skull interaction, I might consider nerfing Tungsten Rod preventing event health loss. I might say Tungsten Rod, whenever you lose HP in a fight, lose 1 less. I think I'll just take the 5. 2 colorless cards is twice as good as 1, but like 9 health is more than double 4. So, gonna split the difference here. Dark Shackles is amazing. Blind might actually be even better. We like really need ways to purge debuffs, and Blind is one of those. Trip and Blind are available here. Do we ever take Trip and Blind? Is that crazy? I guess maybe we take Trip and Dark Shackles, because Dark Shackles is really good. Also, Secret Technique and Secret Weapon are available. Oh wait, no, just Secret Technique. This Thinking Ahead is not a Secret Weapon. Impatience is okay too, particularly if we're going off with Daviform. Well, it's only 18 gold, not 90. I don't know where you're getting... You're talking about 90 gold. Well, so they changed it with Knowing Skull, Bloody Idol, Tungsten Rod, because it was infinite for a little while. When they first made... I think Tungsten Rod was the new relic that broke it. Because Tungsten Rod they didn't make until the Watcher came out, right? I think Tungsten Rod and Tori both came out when the Watcher came out. Yeah, I know about Tungsten Bloody Idol, that's what I was talking about. Tori, is Tori older? I believe that. Oh, you're saying Tungsten Bloody Idol came out with the Watcher. Yeah. I think I'm going to take Dark Shackles here, and then I think I am going to take Trip. And we're probably going to upgrade Trip. Vulnerable to All is pretty useful for Donudeka and for the Spire elites, the Act 4 elites. Okay, so this is our choice now. Do we do the extra question marks, or do we do an elite fight and skip a fire? I think I like going to a fire. We've got plenty. We just got a peace pipe too, so if we get lots of fires, I'm pretty happy with that. Designer Inspire. Well, upgrading a card is kind of exactly what I want. Removing a card and upgrading a random card is sort of... You would presume that one's the best, because it's cost the most. And removing a card only costs 75 here, which it normally costs 50. Removing a strike would be good. Yeah, I guess upgrading a trip isn't that good. Alright, so we'll do the remove and upgrade a random, I think. We're not going to a shop super soon. We'll probably skip this shop and just spend all our gold at the Act 4 shop. Maybe that's not true. We're going to have a bunch of gold by the time we get there. Even if we spend 100 here, I think we still have enough. Defend plus. Not great, not terrible. We can Toka Strike. We can rest. We can recall. We could smith. If we're going to smith, we'd probably do trip or scrawl. Or third eye. Maybe eruption. I think just tokening a strike is pretty good here. Also tungsten necro and blue candle and ash also broke the game. Wait, no, that's not how blue candle necro works. Blue candle necro still works. Does it only because Blue Candle Necro and like Ironclad stuff is still like a way to go infinite. I'm not. Does it like only discard if you have Tungsten Rod or something? That's a good question. Why are we keeping Eruption? What is it doing in the deck? Because it's kind of just like a really expensive attack that makes me take double damage. Yeah, let's take the Eruption. Man, B's got some great callouts today. Question mark first or question mark after the fight? I think question mark first. It's a fight anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay. Alright, let's try and find a power. Scrawl could help me get a power. Hey, there's fasting. I'll just take fasting. We also get to keep our 4 decks. So we get an 8 and 8. Eat that, transient. Oops, should have tripped first. That was a mistake. Not a costly mistake, though. I guess I'll save the Miracle. We don't need any more damage this turn. I don't think we need either of these. I guess I should have seen what the last card is. It's Conclude appropriately. The last card in the deck should always be Conclude. Go into Calm just in case. Actually, there's no way to exit Calm anymore in the deck. So that's just totally useless. Let's third eye and look for Weaves. I'll keep the trip. We're going to scrawl this turn, so drawing into trip is fine. Unfortunately, that means I've seen these. I did that wrong. You're supposed to scry in ascending order, so that you don't only see cards that you've already seen. Tomorrow has never done anything. We've never gone into Divinity. I guess we can go into Divinity. That's our one way of exiting Calm now. Alright, let's scrawl. Draw a bunch of cards. We're already blocked out, so we don't have to use like a Miracle or a Dark Shackles or anything. I guess we just end turn. We kind of do all of our scaling on turn 1, so that's it's a little bit scary against Transient, because he scales up over the fight. Yeah, exactly. Just wait for a long time before we get to go do the fun stuff. Wheel Kick seems great next turn. God, Talk to the Hand is so strong. Talk to the Hand and Weave stuff is just nuts. Alright, we just gotta survive one more turn. I think we're gonna cut through Fate first. We're looking for the Vulnerable, the Trip, so that we can Vulnerable with Wheel Kick. Get out of here, Transient. Go home. Overblocking by 50. Wave of the Hand is amazing. That's a way to remove artifact charges, for sure. Makes the trip pick seem a little bit silly, but we still get to make people vulnerable, I guess. Super good at weakening the art, so I like it. We could keep 3, or I guess we keep at least 2 decks this turn if we like Talk to the Hand, Wheel Kick, Triple Miracle, Deva Form. Alright, let's give it a shot. We also just get to develop Talk to the Hand. Alright, so I guess it's gonna be 3. And we get to develop Deva Form, so that's nice. I'll Dark Shackles just to get it out of hand, so I get a better scroll. We get to purge the debuffs, which includes the constricted effect here. But we should play the... Should we play Just Lucky and Weave before or after fasting here? Because we get extra block if we play... extra block and damage if we fasting. But we don't get to keep as much dex. I think keeping dex is going to be the overriding concern here. Play a small amount. Neat. 11 decks. That should be enough. Spire Growth killed my last run, so I'm mad at Spire Growth. I'm gonna just hurt him as much as I can. Should be scrying in approximately ascending order. I'm gonna do Third Eye first so we can try and find a Weave if we can. Wheel Kick's great. Try and find the other Weave, I should say. There it is. Why don't you just die, you meanie? There's a Tantrum. I was sort of sarcastically asking for Tantrum since floor 2. We did just remove the Eruption, so there's a slot open in the deck for a Wrath Enter, I guess. No, I think this is probably just a no. Same thing for Fear No Evil. We don't need that kind of noise in here. Got a nice, nice trim 26-card deck, so I think we're interested in keeping that over adding new things. Same with Pressure Points. We've got plenty of scaling now. I would take another Power. The more powers we get, the more deck scaling we can have. But I think none of these are that, so... Can I get, like, a Shuriken? No. Well, there's the Fossilized Helix I asked for instead of the Lizard Tail. Just an embarrassment of riches here. Is this the recall? When do we recall? I think I'll recall here just in case I need to rest here. Get the final key of the Triforce. Winding Halls. Get some Madness. Heal for a Writhe. Seems terrible. I don't think the Madness are good. I think we're just losing 4 max HP. Tungsten Rod should prevent max HP loss too. Wait, if you're at max health and you lose max HP, does Tungsten Rod put you over your max HP? Would that ever happen? Okay, do we spend the 279 gold at this shop, or do we save up for an Act 4 shop and just go through hallway fights? I think we just go through hallway fights. I don't think we're too afraid. Could get an extra potion or something. We're probably resting here. Darklings again. Too many Darklings. Alright, so we're going to try and find a power. So that's going to be Third Eye, then Wheel Kick. There's a power. We don't need Deva Form particularly. We've always gets discarded. If Wheel Kick gets Fasting and Cut Through Fate, do I play both? I think I do. So then I don't want to defend. Okay. I should delay fasting until I'm ready to purge the debuffs, which means until after Cut Through Fate and Double Weave, I think. Shoot. We only have the 2 energies, so we can't play Talk to the Hand this turn, unfortunately. Seems like a good turn 1. 8 strength, 11 dex. Killed one of the Darklings already. Blocked out. I'll take it. I don't really need any of those things. I just need more attacks next turn. Looks like he's getting back up, unfortunately. Okay, Conclude kills him almost. I guess we need 6 more damage. And then they're all dead. Great. Darklings. Liquid Memories. Alright, there's another Wheel Kick. Seems good, right? 2 Wheel Kicks? Sure. So this deck is currently 2 Talk to the Hands, 2 Weaves, 2 Wheel Kicks, and some nice relic combos. Fasting Orange Pellets. Super solid run here. Alright. Get Fasting turn 1. Let's play the Weave and the Wheel Kick first. Actually, I guess we should play Miracles first for slow procs. Let's play one more Miracle. Let's assume we'll draw at least something playable with Wheel Kick. We didn't draw anything playable. Awkward. Well, okay then. And I'll just go ahead and Dark Shackles and defend. We want that buffer to land on one of his, like, 40 damage attacks. Third Eye first to get slow procs for the Weaves. And find the other Weave. Ooh. Wow. Cut Through Fate draws me the Trip. I'll keep Conclude for next turn. Sure. Why not? Yeah, Third Eye seems good too. That's a lot of slow procs that are stacking up over there. We're doing extra 100, let's see, 110% damage and vulnerable. Wow. Still no Talk to the Hands, kind of awkwardly, but we got plenty of block through other means. There's a Talk to the Hand. Let's start with Third Eye. Wheel Kick seems good next turn. I don't think we need these. I think Deva Form's probably not right next turn. Oh shoot. I guess Wheel Kick this turn is what we're really doing, because Flash of Steel. So that means we're going to Wheel Kick. Wait a minute. If we Flash of Steel, I guess that means we're drawing Wheel Kick, and then Wheel Kick is drawing Talk to the Hand, and that means we're skipping Talk to the Hand. So I guess we don't play Flash of Steel. I guess we just like defend, conclude. Alright, here's 40 damage. Vigilance and Diva Form ended up in the hand anyway. These are literally the exact 2 cards I squared away. They just don't care. Alright, let's just do Talk to the Hand, Wheel Kick, try and find those weaves again. Alright. There goes the buffer. And now we need to kill him. We can Wave of the Hand a million weak, but we probably can't kill him. Oh, we drew a 3rd eye, so maybe. No. We can set up to kill him next turn. But we're also not taking any damage, so what do we care? Okay. Alright, that should be lethal. Cool. Bag of marbles. Well, that's really useful, actually. Particularly for, like, Spire elites. They only have... actually, do they have 2 artifact charges? Yeah, they have 2, right? So that'll get rid of one of them. And then we have to, like, wave a hand or trip the other one away. These cards aren't good enough. We don't need stance changing. We don't really need block or insight. And we don't need smites. Alright, final non-boss, non-elite of the game is shapes. Not even any exploders, just the regular shapes. Alright, let's look for a power. Scrawl could get us power. I guess I'll 3rd eye and then scrawl. Wait, do we have enough energy to 3rd eye and scrawl? No, so we'd have... Yeah, I guess we would. We'd still have 2 energy, so if we draw fasting. None of these are fasting. I think we're looking for fasting pretty specifically here. And we found it. We first for 1 more dex. Okay. How do we get... How do we kill spikers? I guess we just block for a bunch and then beat them up. Okay. Buffer will block damage return, right? Yep. I want to put Talk to the Hand on a spiker, kinda. I guess I would rather just wheel kick him to almost dead. So I'll just Talk to the Hand you. Oh wait, now I don't have... Now I can't use wheel kick at all. Ah. Crap. Are we just taking 9? Or I guess this is the buffer. This fight's so frustrating. I want to lose no health because it's a hallway fight. We can block for 14. But unfortunately, we can't punch anybody with that. I guess actually we can just kill this guy with trip wheel kick. So let's do that. This blocks for 13. So that does 12 damage. That blocks, that does damage. I guess I'll keep both. And can't play the weaves. Alright, that blocks. This Dark Shackles is never going to do anything, so we'll just Dark Shackle him to get it out of the deck. We're getting close. We'll get there eventually, I think. Defend just like you should do it, right? Yeah. Okay, we got there. Blessing of the Forge versus Liquid Memories. I think that's a pretty easy one. One last chance to put pressure points in the deck. Consecrate's a 0-cost attack. We have quite a bit of card draw with 2 Wheel Kicks, a Scrawl, 2 Third Eyes, and a Cut Through Fate. But I don't think quite enough to put Consecrate in the deck at floor 48. So I think we're probably just a good... Pressure Points is also a way to remove artifact charges, if we still want one of those. We've got 2 ways to remove them now with... actually 3 ways, Dark Shackles, Trip, and Wave of the Hand, so I think we're okay. So I think we're skipping. Skipping it all. Well, I said I was going to heal here, but we don't really need to heal. We could smith the Trip, or the Wave of the Hand. Maybe Wave of the Hand. Makes it feel quite a bit better. But to be honest, like, with Wave of the Hand and Talk to the Hand, we should have enough weak to make sure the Heart is weak always. Pretty much as soon as we draw Wave of the Hand, no matter what. So I think just getting Trip to be AoE and hit both Spire Elites and Doni Deca is going to take precedence. I really wish we'd found another power. We only found those 3 powers. I guess Battle Hymn was being thrown at us at the end, so maybe if I wished that, I should have just taken it. But Trip Plus doing its job. We'll go after Donu first. Liquid Memories for Wheel Kick seems pretty reasonable here. Could draw like a Third Eye or something. We're like taking a lot of damage, so I think we need some help here. We did get a Third Eye. Excellent. Okay, wait, we've got 3, 6, 8 cards in hand, so Third Eye is going to draw 2 Weaves, and that will be fine. Wave of the Hand is going to get rid of the last of the debuffs, and then we can apply Talk to the Hand on somebody. But we need to actually get block. I guess Wave of the Hand plus Just Lucky does it. Doesn't seem like we probably want Wheel Kick next turn. We are skipping Devaform here, which is a little bit concerning. Do we ever Talk to the Hand just for an extra dex? No, that's foolish. That's way wrong. And then I think we do Miracle out of Defend, because it needs to be block out. Okay. Wave of the Hand, Just Lucky, gets rid of the last artifact charge, and gets me 2 Weaves back. I need those. And then we can use Talk to the Hand to start generating some block and some weak. I'm going to draw the Defend so that I have the Third Eye for next turn. Alright, we've already blocked out, so we don't need the Dark Shackles. Okay. Let's go ahead and start with Flash's Team. Are we out of powers? I think we are. Yeah, because we let the Devaform exhaust, and we played the Fasting. Wait, aren't there 3 powers in the deck, though? Fasting, Devaform... No, there's just 2. Wow. We need another power. Maybe we'll get one from the Act 4 shop. So I think we're going to Third Eye just to get the Weaves back, and then we're going to scroll with an empty deck. Okay, so we've blocked out. We need to save Donu's health a little bit. Oh crap, I wanted to scroll with Weaves in hand. That's a mistake. Alright, let's scroll and see what the options are. Got at least 1 Weave in hand. This is always happening. Probably ending the turn with Conclude. Yeah, let's just go ahead and finish off Donu. I don't think we need to save too much of his health. Okay, and then we can talk to the hand on Deca. So we split him at least a little bit. Alright, Just Lucky blocks a little bit, Third Eye blocks a little bit. Should be enough together. We don't really need Wave of the Hand next turn. They've already got 3 weak on them, so I'll just take the Wheel Kick next turn. Alright, goodbye Donu. And I guess we'll go into Calm. Why not? Still got our buffer up, so we should be pretty safe here. Third Eye gets back 2 Weaves. We're gonna Third Eye and then use Wheel Kick to shuffle. With the Weaves in hand. I guess I should have scryed away the Cut Through Fate so that it was in the next shuffle. It's not quite optimal. But I think we're getting a perfect boss fight, so what do I care about optimal? Alright. I guess we're doing, like, Third Eye, Just Lucky, Wheel Kick. But then we can't play any of the cards off the top. I guess maybe I'll Just Lucky, and if the next card is really good and costs 1, then I'll just Wheel Kick and draw it now. A better Third Eye. I think I would like to leave the Third Eye on top, so I'll just end this turn with Conclude instead of Wheel Kick. Leaving the Wave of the Hand there, because he's about to run out of weak. Let's shuffle next turn. We don't need to block next turn, he's not attacking. He's hitting for 26, we've already got that blocked. By a lot. Okay. Leave the Dark Shackles in there in case of an emergency, I guess. Seems pretty unlikely to be necessary. Trying a Third Eye seems like more damage than Wheel Kick, I think. Because it gets 2 times attack scaling. Doesn't matter. Okay. Alright, perfect first boss fight. Even kept the buffer. Save it for the next boss fight. Alright, well, I guess this is a boss fight where it's a good thing to only have 2 powers. Maybe this is one where we play as many attacks as we can and then Deva Form on turn 1, and then we play Fasting later. Because getting extra decks and getting Deva Form going seems really good here. Dark Shackle seems useful later in the fight. We don't need that now. I guess I'll take a Conclude for the end of the turn, sure. Oh, that's not how we're ending the turn. Okay. Yeah. Triple Miracle, Deva Form. We're wasting the buffer turn 1, but that's okay. Get to keep 3 decks. We're spending the buffer turn 1. Okay. This Third Eye can get us 2 Weaves, and it does. We need to generate a bunch of blocks, so we need to attack him a bunch. And we're taking damage. Okay. This is apparently not as easy of a fight for us. Third Eye can find Weaves, Just Lucky can recur them. We need to kill Cultist before he starts scaling too crazy. We also need to find our whatchamacallit, fasting. Let's go and weaken them since they're not currently weak. Alright, so next turn's going to be fasting and stuff, so we want to play as many attacks as possible. Trip and defend are not attacks. We don't want to play Talk to the Hand either, because we're saving that for second phase, so we'll just keep fasting, cut through fate. Unfortunately, we did not find Weave, so we're looking at the same cards again here. Okay. Okay, fasting first, then as many attacks as we can, and then a skill. Dark Shackles is a 0-cost skill. It's a good way to end the turn. Actually, I guess we want to use Dark Shackles to split him better. So we're probably saving the Dark Shackles. So we'll just use Defend to end the turn. And save 5 more next. Okay, 12 should be good enough. Should be able to not lose any more health. Okay, he's hitting for 36. We have more block than that. Guess we're going into Divinity soon. Or something. We're mainly just waiting for Devaform to stack up here. I don't think we're trying to sandbag this fight super hard, though. We've kind of got everything we need. So let's just do some damage. Get him low. Man, why couldn't we play fasting on this turn? This turn would have been great for fasting. I'll keep Wheel Kick to try and find Dark Shackles for next turn, because it looks like we're killing him. So I will leave him with enough health that we can Wheel Kick him safely. We can do that without him dying, but can't do any more, so we gotta wait for Dark Shackles. I was hitting for 36, so I guess we can't wait anymore. Okay, 6 strength is not a huge deal. Should be fine. That's true, we're going to Divinity Stance next turn. We also have 11 energy. Dark Shackles just 1 turn too late there. Kind of annoying. I guess Wave of the Hand is good. We need to get our weak up. And then Scrawl for Shuffle with Weave in hand. Looking for that, what's that card called? Talk to the Hand. It's being elusive. There it is. I guess I should have played the Weaves before I scryed. In my mind, I was waiting for the Talk to the Hand before I played the Weaves. That was silly. Okay, he's weak for 6 turns, and we did 200 damage on turn 1. We should be fine. And we're in Divinity mode now. Great. Let's get the Weaves back. And then shuffle. Oh, fight's over. Okay. Sure. We were gonna do 1,000 damage that turn, so I guess I'm not that surprised he died. Okay. Alright. Man, we're down to 1 viewer? What's going on? Who's that 1 viewer? Is it Biggie? Thanks for hanging out, BE. I don't know where everybody else went. Guess they don't want to watch Watcher. Maybe there's something really interesting happening on the other Slay the Spire channels. Oh, is it broken? Yeah, there are 2 people here, so it must be broken. Maybe it's just my counter. Okay, Dark Shackles is good. Wave of the Hand is good. Which one's getting the pick here? I could see Scrawl getting upgraded too. Try to have a big turn when we're setting up. I think it's gonna be Wave of the Hand. Wave of the Hand's got a really good upgrade. Dark Shackles is like, the difference between 9 and 15 is not too big in either of these fights. Okay, our 1 chance in the run to pay off our Smiling Mask. Might as well be 50 gold the relic. Frozen Eye's really good. We could do Foresight. We have Weaves and stuff. Foresight seems like an obvious pick. So like Foresight, Frozen Eye, Cut Through Fate card remove. Can we afford all that? Foresight plus Frozen Eye is 244. Plus the Cut Through Fate is 301. And exact, is it exact? I'm gonna do calculator math because I don't trust myself. I'm often off by 1 with shop stuff. 77 plus 167 plus 50 plus 57. It is exactly 351. Oh, right, Ceramic Fish. So we're gonna end up with 18 gold. Drat. Flash of Steel is really good too. Maybe we just skip the card remove and we do like Foresight, Flash of Steel, Frozen Eye. No, Cut Through Fate's way better than Flash of Steel, right? And it costs less. Okay. I think Strike's probably going. Maybe Defend? Nah, Strike. Wait, was there no power at the shop? Oh, Foresight is so good. Oh my god. I just realized how good Foresight is. Not only, so I bought Foresight because it brings the Weaves back, but what it really does is it's a power. We need another power so badly. I like returned to the shop and then I was like, wait, there's nothing in the power slot. Did I buy it already? I was like, oh yeah, Foresight. So like the ideal thing we can do here is like on turn 1 we play Deva Form or Fasting or something. Ideally, like, turn 1 Deva Form, and then, like, get a bunch of decks, play Fasting, get a bunch of decks, play Foresight, and now that we have 2 of those things, it's, like, way better. Okay. Awesome. Alright, we have turn 1 Deva Form. This is, I would say, the easier of the 2 initial configurations for this fight. Spire's shield is either attacking or not attacking. And if he's not attacking, then he attacks next turn. And next turn is when Spire's Spear attacks 4 times for more damage, and you've got burns in hand. So next turn is, like, way tough. But we still have to find a way to block this turn. You like that you can't use Smoke Bomb in this fight if you don't kill one of them? Yeah, it's interesting. I don't like that interaction. I think that the Smoke Bomb should just work in this fight. I think it's kind of obnoxious that it just randomly doesn't. There's like no text anywhere in the game that tells you. It's like kind of cute, but... yeah, Foresight is definitely getting played. And I think Deva Form is getting played too. But I guess let's Flash of Steel first and see what we can find. Actually, no, we should just Lucky and then Flash of Steel so we control what we draw. Uh-oh. Fasting wants to go next turn too. Well, we need Fasting. But I really, really want to get another attack so that I get... Because I'm kind of blowing all my bullets here. I think we're just going to skip Fasting for the first shuffle. Maybe I'll just take the Defend and skip the Fasting. Because I don't want Fasting next turn either, do I? Maybe I do want Fasting next turn. Yeah, let's keep fasting for next turn. Okay, so we'll draw the defend now, and that'll be fine. I guess that means we're skipping Diva form. And keeping the miracles so that we can have a big turn next turn. Ugh, this is horrible, because he's taking the buffer, so those defends do nothing. Actually, I'm going to restart this fight. I didn't realize the defend did nothing, so I'm gonna pick a card that doesn't do nothing. Okay, so let's get rid of both of these and try to find a card that does something. Okay, Scrawl definitely does something. Does a lot of somethings. So let's just triple Miracle Scrawl and go for broke. Try and find a bunch of attacks so we can Foresight. Okay, cool. Now we're going off. Let's see what Cut Through Fate can do. It's getting Weaves back. Best card to get is probably Trip. Trip would remove the artifact charges, and then Dark Shackles could block the damage. So we're looking for Trip or Wave of the Hand. Kind of does the same thing. Okay. We're pretty much looking for those two cards specifically, and we've got 2 Cut Through Fates to find them. Okay, there's Trip. Weird Quick's good for next turn. We can play Deva Form instead of Foresight here. Oh wait, no, we can't do that. We need Foresight to block the damage. Or we need to play Foresight so that we have the energy to block the damage. I guess we should have played Vigilance. That doesn't matter very much. Okay, well that was way better. Let's get rid of the burns, obviously. So I guess we double weave and then third eye to get down to just talk to the hand. Actually, I guess just to get rid of the strike, and then wheel kick to draw. Shoot, but then if we draw, then we can't play them. I guess just 2 third eyes blocks, which is kind of insane. All right, so I guess we're just gonna see what we get with wheel kick, and if we get talk to the hand, that's great. If we don't, that's fine too. Okay, we did. Why am I so bad at this game? That's like clearly not the right thing to do. I think we still start with wheel kick, but then I think we just play alright. We'll get rid of both of these so that this draws Scrawl. We'll play all the cards. And then we Scrawl. Play a bunch of weaves. We were looking for something specific, and that wasn't it. There's the Trip, that's it. We kept the wheel kick for next turn. Oops, was supposed to play, I guess it doesn't matter because it doesn't actually play the vulnerable. Okay, kept the 10 decks, double blocked. We used the Dark Shackles but didn't need to. This isn't the thing I intended to change, but it's a strict misplay, so I'm not going to repeat it. Yeah, because we already block out. And Dark Shackles is super useful later in the fight. Okay. We'll get rid of the burns. Okay. So now this turn is tricky. So the reason wheel kick talk to the hand is bad is because we only have 3 energy. So if we wheel kick talk to the hand, then we just block for 4, or 6 rather. And that's not really enough, so our buffer ends up blocking for 4, and then we take 30. But we can just block for like 40. so let's do that instead. Still not a great use of buffer, but pretty happy with talk to the hand, wave of the hand next turn. Oh, I guess buffer's not getting used because of the duality. Neat. Okay. Yep, keeping those. Already knew this was coming. Oh. Well, this turn is terrible. Do we just, like, wave of the hand, double defend? We could use talk to the hand to turn around. He does 38 damage if you turn around, I believe. Let me check that. I check that every time. Oh, hey, you can just click this Act 4 button. It is 38. I knew it. I don't even know why I checked. So we could buffer the 37, I guess, but that means we're taking 12. If we turn around with talk to the hand, then we block for 16 plus 19. 16 plus 19 is more than 38. Oh wait, no it's not. It's 35? Yeah, it's 35, so we would end up blocking for 3 with the buffer. So maybe that is the answer. We just play, like, talk to the hand fasting, so come at me. Okay, what about wave of the hand double defend? Does that block for 57? So 57 with weak loses 10 damage, loses 14 damage. Oh, that's true. We don't orange pellets if we talk to the hand fasting. I was assuming that we'd already played the skill, but you're right, we haven't. So if we wave of the hand double defend, he loses 14 damage, because 10 from the 40 and then 4 from the 16. No, wait. He loses 15 damage. He loses 15 damage, so he goes down to 42. And then we block for less than 42. But that weakens the Spire Spear, so he still takes the... So I guess what we do is just, like, wave of the hand, talk to the hand, defend. The defend only is applying the weak, but the weak blocks the Spire Spear. And then talk to the hand just gets developed. Okay, it's a bad turn, but it's going to be a bad turn no matter what we do. We only get hit for 6 here, so not too bad, considering. Draw some extra cards. Only Spire Spear is attacking, so I don't think we need to defend. Or only Spire Shield is attacking. First Weave seems good. I think we're just going to kill Spire Spear this turn, probably. We should... Let's see. There is only one Weave here, so we should scry in descending order first to try and find the Weave. We found the Weave. And we want Talk to the Hand next turn. I think this is a great turn for next turn, so we're probably just going to look at those cards over and over. We're killing him with 15 AoE. So I guess we put 2 more Weaves on him, because 16's not quite enough. I guess Spire Shield is not going to take any damage no matter what we do. Okay, well, whatever. Yep. Okay. Alright, so... Trip is happening. Talk to the Hand is happening. And... I guess Flash of Steel? Right, sure, whatever. We need to block this turn, so let's find some block. Almost enough. We end up taking 2. Or I guess 1. Tungsten Road. He is not attacking, so no point in blocking. Third Eye is damage in this deck, because this deck is weird. I don't know if we're getting through 99 block, but maybe this is finally the fasting turn. It would have been if I hadn't played Third Eye first. But since I did, I guess we're just going for just lucky. I don't know if I've ever gotten through the 99 armor. Yeah, it seems like we need a shuffle. We did it. We got through the 99 armor. Actually, does Third Eye block for more? Or attack, do more damage? I think it does. We need weak next turn, so we'll keep that. Yep, it does. It does 18 damage. Versus, actually, maybe that did more. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Wave of the Hand needs to happen so that we can block. Looking for weaves. I guess we don't want any of these cards this turn with Cut Through Fate, so I'll just get rid of them now. I'll take a Third Eye now so we can get a Cut Through Fate next turn. Okay. Is it finally time? Do we play fasting? Oh wait, no, we don't have any skills for 0. Oh, I guess we do. Okay, fine. We found the skill for 0. But we also kill him. Okay, well I guess killing him is better than playing fasting. Ended up taking 10 damage in the fight, or being at 10. Devotion is a power. Do we take things just to be powers? I think we actually might. Also, going into Divinity every third turn is pretty good. Yeah, without Deva and fasting, this deck does not do much. We still do have the 3 strength from Mutagen Clockwork, but that's it. Oh my god, I didn't look at my draw pile the entire game. I have Frozen Eye and totally forgot about it. Right, we're gonna take Devotion and try a little harder in the heart fight. Okay. Alright, no more messing around. What are we drawing next turn? Scrawl. Where's Devaform? Devaform's way down there. Where's Fasting? Is Fasting in hand or something? It is. Okay. Fasting's in hand. So is the Talk to the Hand. And Third Eye is going to see these cards exactly. What cards do we want to draw next turn? We want to draw Wave of the Hand, for sure. We're going to have Talk to the Hand, at least one of them up. We probably want to draw the other one as soon as possible. Yeah, we can really plan out the whole fight right now, right? Because we've got a 30-card deck, so we got a lot of cards in front of us that we can think about the whole thing. Okay, so this turn, we're definitely playing Fasting, or we're definitely playing Talk to the Hand, we're definitely playing Fasting. That means we're playing Strike 2 to get an extra dex, I would imagine. So we're probably playing Third Eye first to block the beat damage. And then we're spending 5 total energy, so we're spending 2 miracles. So we'll have 1 miracle for the second turn. I don't think we can plan on saving a miracle for Devaform. I do think we can probably set up Devaform for his buff turn. Maybe? Okay, so we see a bunch of cards with Third Eye. If I didn't know what the rest of the deck was, I would get rid of the 2 Defends and the Trip and keep Wave of the Hand Scrawl and try to get to Talk to the Hand. So if we did that, we would draw these 2 cards and these 3 cards. And we'd have 5 cards in hand, so if we scrawled immediately, we would draw 6 cards, which would be up to here. So we would have the Talk to the Hand. And then we could, like, Talk to the Hand, Flash of Steel, Just Lucky, to generate some block with Wave of the Hand up. But that's all 3 energy for the turn, right? Wave of the Hand, Scrawl, Talk to the Hand. So we're not playing, like, Wheel Kick, Conclude, or Third Eye, or anything. We could take the Trip just because. Hey, Smoke. How's it going? Is it just 3? Can we get up to Weave? Because if we get up to Weave, we get up to Weave with the Just Lucky, so that counts, right? And we actually end up drawing Devaform on the 3rd turn, which is a little bit too early. Oh yeah, Flash of Steel draws Weave, and then we can Weave Just Lucky Weave. So, okay, so I think we are saving a 3rd energy for the Devaform turn. Or we're saving the 4th energy, and then we, like, maybe get Dark Shackles on that turn, too? Because Dark Shackles could be a full block. Yeah, this turn looks really weak, the Devaform turn. I think that is enough to make us want to change plans. Because that turn's so bad. I guess we could, like... No, yeah, even if we don't play Devaform, we can just, like, Wheel Kick and drop to Vigilance, but, like, that's not good. There's no Scrying here, either. There's, like, a big drought right here in the middle of the deck. I guess, like, Wheel Kick Defend is fine-ish. We've got Weave and Dark Shackles for block, too. So maybe when we see the Just Lucky, we need to get rid of the Devaform. So that draws us an extra card, and then Wheel Kick would draw us to Foresight. We really need to draw that. Unfortunately, Cut Through Fate's the bottom of the deck, so we can't use it to scry. We can only use it to shuffle. Unless we're shuffling when we draw it. I do really like the Flash of Steel draws Weave bit. That bit's really good. Can we draw up to Devotion? I think we can actually drop to Devotion, because if we Just Lucky... Oh no, we're 1 card off, because Flash of Steel would draw Wheel Kick. You can trick the Spire to, instead of attacking with the heart, having a heart attack. Ah. Sneaky. If we're willing to skip Wave of the Hand, I think we can draw up that far. Or I guess maybe we use Cut Through Fate instead of... Okay, we have another Miracle, so we could Cut Through Fate with the Miracle and get way further into the deck. So maybe we try and, like, draw both Weaves and then play Devotion and save a bunch of decks after the 2nd turn. And if as long as we scry away Devaform, we don't lose it forever. Okay, so let's talk that back. Okay, so this turn is Third Eye to block the beat damage, and then Talk to the Hand, Strike, Fasting, right? So we end up keeping 2 decks plus 4/4, so we end up at 8/6. And we use 2 Miracles. Okay, and then with the Fasting, we get rid of everything except for Scrawl. So then we draw Scrawl to Just Lucky. And then we Just Lucky first to make Scrawl draw an extra card, right? Get rid of both of these cards. And then Scrawl draws 7 cards. So it would draw from here to there. And then we play, like, Talk to the Hand, Flash of Steel draws the 2nd Weave. That does leave Devaform in hand, so we would lose it. But we would play a bunch of attacks and play Devotion. We would end up playing, like, Scrawl, Talk to the Hand, and then, like, Miracle, Cut Through Fate, as well as Devotion. I think that sounds pretty good. But skipping Devaform is a little scary. Alright, well, let's do it. Okay. We're hoping for big attack here. Oh crap, I forgot about the statuses. Okay, where did the statuses go? Alright, so we've got one in hand, one there, one there. So that's going to prevent us from getting to Devotion for sure. Okay, and it is big attack first, so we probably just block that with the buffer. But we still have to block beat damage, so it's probably Third Eye first. I was planning on Scrawl first, although now that I'm here, I realize that's stupid because then we waste the buffer on beat damage. So we have to Third Eye first. So it's Third Eye sees these 3 cards. Probably keeps Just Lucky. Maybe keeps none of them. I think keeps Just Lucky though. So keeps Just Lucky, and then we Miracle Scrawl, so that we have 3 cards in hand. Draw 7, so we draw Just Lucky if we keep it, and then up to Wheel Kick. And then we play like Talk to the Hand, Weave Flash of Steel, Just Lucky Double Weave, or I guess Just Lucky Weave because we haven't gotten to this weave. We're 1 card short of getting to that Devotion, so I guess we can Third Eye and then just not keep any of these cards, and then Miracle Scrawl for 7, right? Because we'll have these 3 cards. What I really want is to get here, get to this weave, and then Cut Through Fate to draw this Devotion so that we get to discard Devaform and draw the Devotion. Is that possible? So working backwards from that, if we want to draw this weave, we could get to either this Flash of Steel or the weave with the Scrawl to get there. Because Flash of Steel would draw the weave. So then the energy this turn would be Third Eye, Scrawl, Cut Through Fate. No, it's too much energy, right? Because then I would want to do Talk to the Hand and Devotion. Okay, so we know next turn's the multi-attack. So maybe we just, like... What can we do to just set next turn up, not take any damage, not play any powers, and then block the multi-attack while we Devaform? We have Dark Shackles coming up. We could probably set up Dark Shackles for the multi-attack. Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay, so Bei's talking about that, which means you can Devaform Dark Shackles. So wait, how does that work though? Because those are 6 cards apart, so we'd need to do something to get that to work. Maybe the objective for this turn is to play the other Talk to the Hand. You'd have to get Just Lucky to discard the wound. What? That seems... Wait, are you talking about doing it this turn? Can we do it this turn? That seems crazy. No, there's no way we can do it this turn, because we have to Third Eye to block beat damage and then Scrawl, and that's 2 energy, and we've only got 4. Devaform costs 3. I guess, okay, so if we If we don't play Scrawl this turn, what are we doing instead? We could, like... We could, like... Third Eye Wheel Kick. And that's it? What does Third Eye Wheel Kick look like? We'd draw the Burn and the Ascender's Bane. And then we'd set ourselves up for... these. You're saying just lucky this turn to discard the wound for next turn. So you'd want to drop the Flash of Steel. Oh, okay, so we dropped a Flash of Steel and then... but just lucky only discards 3. Oh, and then Flash of Steel draws Weave. Just lucky discards the wound. I see what you're saying. We leave Devaform on top, and then we David Dark Shackles. Seems pretty reasonable. Okay, is that possible? So we draw up to Flash of Steel. I feel like that's possible, right? Because we Third Eye Scrawl, or Third Eye Miracle Scrawl, I guess, which draws 7 cards. Drawing 7 cards gets us there even without the Third Eye doing anything. So we could have Third Eye just get rid of the Curse of the Bell, and then we draw these 7 with that exception. And then we wouldn't play Flash of Steel. Because it would draw Devaform, we don't want that. We're missing a Talk to the Hand with that line. I guess that's maybe okay. So we miss the Talk to the Hand, and then next turn... You can keep the Miracle then? So we just Third Eye Scrawl... And then Talk to the Hand? Wait. Hold on, now I'm confused. Can we okay, I see. So you draw 1 less card by keeping the Miracle. So can we, like, Third Eye Scrawl, Talk to the Hand this turn? Okay, so if we Third Eye Scrawl, we draw up to one of these 2, and then we Talk to the Hand, play these, play Just Lucky to get rid of the wound. So Third Eye discards these 2, and then we draw 6 cards with Scrawl, right? Because there's there'd be 5 cards, or there'd be 4 cards in hand. Yeah, so we draw 6. So unfortunately, we would draw through Flash of Steel 2 Weave. So I guess we'd leave Conclude just to card count. So we draw 6 cards, these 4, and then these 2, and then Flash of Steel draws Weave, Just Lucky, Weave, gets rid of the wound after the Talk to the Hand. That seems pretty good. Okay. So we're just getting rid of 1 card with Third Eye, and it doesn't matter which of these 2 it is. And then we draw these 4 and these 2. Yeah, Burn's not going to remove the buffer, because we're going to have a bunch of block, actually, from Talk to the Hand and all the 0-cost attacks. Okay. This draws 6 cards. The 6 cards are these 6. Flash of Steel draws the Weave. We play Talk to the Hand, then Flash of Steel, then Weave. Then Just Lucky gets rid of the wound, and then Weave again. Okay. Talk to the Hand. Flash of Steel's drawing Weave, right? Yeah, Weave. Play the Weave. And then Just Lucky gets rid of the wound, keeps the Devaform for next turn, gets the Weave back with the Weave. Okay. Yeah. Probably should have played the Vulnerable Pop before all that, but you know what, whatever. Lots of thinking. Okay, we've lost our buffer, so now we don't care about beat damage quite as much. Yeah, well, basically all of last turn was setting up this turn, right? It's just the Dark Shackles Devaform thing. Next turn is going to be horrible. But that's okay, that's kind of our gap turn, right? Yeah, weaving away the beat damage is definitely happening. And then... we could save Dark Shackles. We could try to save Dark Shackles. We could, like, Wheel Kick Devotion here instead of Deva Form. Draws a Defend with 7 decks. We don't even need the Devotion. We could just Wheel Kick Defend. Try and draw a less shitty following turn. No, we need to play the Deva Form in this fight, I think. We could do Devotion and Deva, but Devotion, I think, is a really... Like, the most important thing for Devotion now that we played both Fasting and Deva Form, is we just want to, like, do a big old combo turn, get a bunch of decks, and then play Devotion. We don't actually really care about going into Divinity. Do we ever just eat the damage? We block for 6, so we block the first 2, and the remaining 13 each hit us for 2, so we take 26 damage. But we get to keep the Dark Shackles. We lose all the plated armor, obviously. But Dark Shackles gets way better later. Yeah, I think... Yeah, spending Dark Shackles for health, I think, is probably correct. It feels like a huge waste, though. It's so good in this fight. Okay. Yeah, he does get Artifact, but we have actually lots of ways of purging Artifact, and we've already played the only card that we really care about Artifact with, which is the 2 Talk to the Hands. I think we just play Vigilance and pass here. Maybe Vigilance Foresight? Foresight isn't very good this turn. Maybe we play the Vulnerable Pot this turn, since we're not going to be able to, Let's see, there's nothing else in the deck that needs to get through Artifact charges, right? Oh, I guess Weak. Weak needs to get through. So we could use the Vulnerable Pot to peel for Wave of the Hand, potentially. But Wave of the Hand is so good. Foresight's probably helpful, but with Frozen Egg, or Frozen Eye, we don't need Foresight as much, but it is really good. It does suck to lose Orange Pilot's value, but we do still have we've got the one payoff card still. So I think we'll just make that really good, right? Because we can. Okay. Alright, next shuffle. Let's see what you got. Cut Through Fate's definitely a keep, I think. Okay. Devotion is coming up right away. So if we want to have a big multi-attack turn, it needs to kind of be now. Or next shuffle. We have 5 energy. We want to make sure Third Eye is drawing us a Weave, which it would get us 1 now. But we kind of want to draw that Flash of Steel too. Thanks for the follow, Danny Levitello. Leventino. Danny Leventino. Appreciate the follow. Appreciate the support. Thanks for coming. Alright, we want to get as much dex as possible this turn. We want to do a bunch of attacks and then one energy for Devotion. So we're going to spend... We've got 6 energy total. We're going to spend 1 of it on Devotion. So we've got 5 energy to spend playing as many attacks as possible. Ideally, we can get to both Weaves. And then we can play a couple of Scries with both. The other Weave is really far away, so that's not happening. Okay, so this third I can get to the Weave immediately. That seems good. And then maybe we just get rid of everything except for Devotion. And then... Danny, have you subscribed in the past? You have my, you've got the raid thing. Oh, maybe you unlocked it with the bread bucks. Neat. I don't know why you said D, though. That's confusing. Okay, so we Third Eye, get rid of everything except for Devotion, get the Weave back, play Wheel Kick, get the Devotion and the Flash of Steel for Third Eye, and then we've got Third Eye. Well, okay, so then we play the Cut Through Fate in hand to draw this Cut Through Fate and get rid of this wound. And then we play this Cut Through Fate to get rid of the Conclude and the Defend and draw that Just Lucky. And then we play this Third Eye to get rid of this Weave. And then we Just Lucky for 2 more. Is that possible? Okay, so we want to be spending... we want to be playing a Third Eye, a Wheel Kick, a Cut Through Fate, another Cut Through Fate, another Third Eye. So that's 5, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 energy, which is all the energy I have, so I wouldn't be able to play Devotion. Yeah. Yeah, Frozen Eye is pretty insane. You can actually still blame bad shuffles when you get Third Eye. You're just like, oh, I can see the future, but it's gonna be bad, you know? It's hard not to feel like it's your fault at that point, though. Okay, so we only get to play 5 energy worth of cards, so maybe we can skip the Wheel Kick and still get there. Okay, so we Third Eye, get rid of everything except for Devotion, and then we could Cut Through Fate, skip the Flash of Steel. Oh wait, no, we'd have to take the Devotion. I know, we have so much Scry. Scry and Frozen Eye is just like the ultimate boss fight, right? I haven't even started thinking about how I'm blocking for 47. I mean, I guess probably getting the most attacks is going to block for a bunch, and we're Third Eyeing, which we have a bunch of decks. I think we're winning the fight. We're like way ahead, but it's very stressful to get there. Okay, so we're playing Third Eye first, getting rid of everything except for Devotion. Let's just do that. I'm just going to do that because I think it's correct. Okay. So now that part's done, so we don't have to think about it hypothetically anymore. Okay. So we want all 3 of these cards, right? So we probably Wheel Kick and then Flash of Steel. That gets us these 3. What if instead we Cut Through Fate and got rid of the Flash of Steel? Why would we do that? Well, if we did, we would draw Third Eye and Cut Through Fate with the Wheel Kick, and then Cut Through Fate could draw Just Lucky, and Wheel Kick could not reach the Weave. Okay, we've got 4 energy left to spend on non-devotion-y things. I think Wheel Kick right now is pretty reasonable. It gets 2 cards that are pretty much always good. So let's do that. It is expensive, though. Maybe we're skipping it. No, we need to get the Devotion. Wheel Kick can do that without wasting any of our Scry draw power. Okay. We have to play the Devotion. We're always playing the Miracle this turn, so let's just play the Miracle now. So we got 2 energy left on non-devotion-y things. Maybe one of them is going into Defend, if we need to block. Let's assume we skip the Third Eye. Because we've got 2 energy left, and we've got 2 Cut Through Fates that we probably want to play. But then, what are we drawing with Flash of Steel? Why do we have this Flash of Steel in hand? We could draw the Conclude with the Cut Through Fate that's in hand. Oh wait, no, this only scries for 2. So we could draw the Wound and then have the Flash of Steel, draw the Conclude. That seems wrong. So we have this Cut Through Fate, draw that Cut Through Fate. And then we have this Cut Through Fate, draw Just Lucky, and then Flash of Steel gets Defend. That seems pointless. Yeah, we're definitely playing Flash of Steel. I just, like, I want it to do something. Here's a crazy idea. Maybe we don't play Devotion this turn. Maybe we wait for later. Because it's currently we only have one temporary dex, and it looks like we're only getting a couple more. And we have Daviform ticking. So, like, maybe we just block this turn. That seems like it's taking a lot of pressure off the turn. Thanks for the follow, S Smoke. Seen you around the bunch. Figured you were already following. But thanks for the support. Maybe you unfollowed and refollowed just to get the notification to go. I don't know. Maybe you're extremely sneaky. And maybe you didn't even know. Okay, so if we're not playing Devotion this turn, it's gonna be a long time till we can shuffle. There's a lot of stuff going on. So I think we play Devotion this turn, because like, next turn we need to block for, next turn we probably need to set up, yeah, let's think about next turn. Next turn we need to set up this Wave of the Hand. We need to, like, be Wave of the Handing next turn. Because Weak is really good on the multi-attack. Heart hits for 2 times 12 by default. And he's up to 2 strength, is that right? Is that all right? Yeah, it's 2 times 15 by default. He's 2 strength, so he'll be hitting for 4 times 15, so that Wave of the Hand blocks for 15. Maybe we don't care about Wave of the Hand next turn? It's not that big of a number. It seems like what we care about the most is, like, getting both weaves in hand when we shuffle next time. Okay, alright. This has all gotten very hypothetical and non-productive. It seems like the next card to play is Weave. That seems pretty obvious. Flash of Steel draws 3rd eye. Okay, so we're gonna scry 2 more times and play Flash of Steel. So we're gonna end up with probably, if we played both Cut Through Fates and the Flash of Steel and 2 Weaves, then we're playing 5 more attacks, we end up with 7 decks. That seems worth saving with Devotion. So I think we are gonna play Devotion this turn. Cut Through Fates are worth an extra dex, so I think this Cut Through Fate's gonna get that Cut Through Fate, and then that Cut Through Fate's gonna get Just Lucky, and then Just Lucky is gonna help us set up for the following turn. Alright, let's just do that. And the Flash of Steel doesn't really do anything. Oh wait, Flash of Steel draws us past something that's bad? I guess what I want is to draw exactly these 5 cards, or to draw 5 cards. Let's see. I want to be drawing this Defend first next turn, so that when we scry at the beginning of the turn, we get rid of the Burn and the Slime. And then we draw a Weave and shuffle, so the Weave is in the bottom. Okay. So how do we make that happen? So we Cut Through Fate, and Cut Through Fate, and then Just Lucky, and then Flash of Steel. And we can make that happen really easily. Okay, so that's the plan now. Alright, figured it out. Oop, almost misplayed it. Despite lots of thinking. Okay, and we wanted to be at this Defend, so Just Lucky is going to get rid of one of these cards, and Flash of Steel is going to draw the other one. You could draw 5, then get both Weaves in hand, then use Wheel Kick to shuffle instead. I don't think I can, because there's no scry cards here, so I can't get both Weaves in hand, so I'm going to have to be happy with having 1 Weave in hand. But I like the idea. That is the correct idea, it's just not something we can actually do. So this gets rid of one of the cards, doesn't matter which one, because we're not playing it. That's true. Okay, good point. I don't know how I missed that. Okay, well that's fine. We can still do that. We just only get rid of one card with the Foresight, and it looks like that's what we wanted. What we would want to do anyway. We just get rid of the burn next turn. All right, so we get to keep our 9 decks and block out. Okay. So we're getting rid of one card so that we can have 5. The other wave's going to come back from the Foresight, and then we're going to use Wheel Kick to shuffle. Okay. We're going to play Wave of the Hand before Wheel Kick. Let's see, is that dangerous? I want to get the weak from... Actually, if I don't play Wave of the Hand before Wheel Kick, I'm not guaranteed to actually get weak. Because we need to play 3 copies of weak. I guess we have a defend and 6 energy now, so maybe it doesn't matter. Because Wave of the Hand is kind of a bad draw from Wheel Kick. Okay, I think it doesn't matter, so I'm going to do it. Wheel Kick first. Alright, Wheel Kick to shuffle. Wave of the Hand for reasons. Weave and weave. Let's see what Wheel Kick would draw. Draw these 2 cards. And then we can cut through fate with 2 weaves. And draw 3rd eye. We don't have enough energy for that after the Wheel Kick. He's hitting for 3 times 15, which is 45. We need to block for 45. Each time we scry, each time we cut through fate, we attack 3 times for 6 block return per thing, but then there's 2 beat damage, so 4 net block per thing for 3 things, so we block for 12 each time. We cut through fate, blocking for 45. By blocking for 12 would require us to play 4 cut through fates, which is clearly not happening. But Just Lucky does actually more than that, because Just Lucky also has block on the card. So if we can get to Just Lucky, we're probably okay. It doesn't seem like we can get to Just Lucky, though. It seems like we can get to... This Cut Through Fate can draw us the Flash of Steel can draw 3rd eye, but then we can't even play 3rd eye. A vulnerable pot, too. His artifact charges are gone. We could just block him. And just double defend. Leave next turn to do the Cut Through Fate things. Yeah. That actually sounds fine. So he's hitting for 60, we're blocking for 10 plus 4. 4 is getting taken away from the Beat of the Heart 2, so just 10. So 34 plus 27 is 61. He's hitting for 60, so let's just block him. Seems too simple. And then we discard the Curse of the Bell and the Vigilance. Yeah, okay. Easy. Just take it easy. We can get rid of a slime, too. Although then we take 1 damage. But actually 1 is 0, because Tungsten Rod. Hey, look at that. Oh, we do weaken him. I forgot about how Thread and Needle and Wave of the Hand interact. Okay, apparently we're in Divinity. Totally lost track of that. Is this turn 10? Oh no, we've got Devotion ticking. Okay. Being in Divinity is pretty neat. Seems like this is the turn when we start blowing him up, right? We've got 8 strength, we're in Divinity, he's vulnerable. Let's get him. Easy damage cap turn. Okay, so we should worry about setting up next turn. And ideally we want to... next turn we want to get the weaves and then shuffle. So if we get the Cut Through Fate, then we can do that. So as long as we don't draw the Cut Through Fate this turn, we can pull that off. Which is actually a little bit tricky. Okay, that's a damage cap, so we don't need to do anything else. I'll go ahead and flash and steal so that we can apply some more vulnerable. Alright, and we're probably getting rid of both of these. Oh wait, we'll just get rid of one of them so that we don't have to draw the burn. Actually, I guess we'll just keep both so that I can get rid of the wound and the burn with the scrying. Feels weird to not just, like, play more attacks, but they don't do anything. So we're keeping all three and then cut through phase shuffling. And then we get to look at a whole new draw pile. But really we're just comboing him now. And we don't really have to do anything fancy to win. We have 7 energy though, so... I guess I'll spend some of it? I don't know. Not quite a damage cap, but enough that if we damage cap him next turn we win. Seems like we can probably damage cap him this turn. For a very stressful, but it looks like perfect heart kill. I guess I want to do this so that the wheel kick does only useful stuff. And then Just Lucky is going to... Oh, we already win, but Just Lucky is going to get rid of these so that we can shuffle with the weaves in hand by wheel kicking. It doesn't matter because the fight's over. Okay. Cool. A perfect heart kill. Wow. That doesn't happen every day. Oh crap, I forgot to free my fairy in the bottle. Oh wait, no, I think you can still do it. I think you can do it after this screen. Freeing the fairy is a very important part of every Slay the Spire run, if you can do it. Yeah, okay. Whew. You're free, fairy. We made it to the top. You too, Lizardtail. Good job. Yeah, this was an easy one. Despite all the shenanigans there at the end, these relics were really strong. So like duality, orange pellets was great. Orange pellets fasting was great. Deva form wheel kick was great. Weave was great. Cut through fate was great. We ended up going into Divinity at some point with Demario. Thanks for that. Frozen Eye made the fight very stressful, but I'm pretty sure we would have won it even without Frozen Eye. That Fossilized Helix ended up blocking for like 50 against the heart. Tungsten Rod blocked for 1. Yeah, all around good stuff. We learned stuff about mutagenic strength and Clockwork Souvenir. Something funny happened in Act 2 that I don't remember anymore. Tried to remember. Yeah, it was just sort of like a regular Watcher deck, I guess. The Orange Pellets Fasting, I think, was the main combo. That we like found that in a shop in Act 1. We also got a double Elite Snipe right at the beginning. We sniped the Mega Elite and an Elite after that, which was a good setup for the rest of the run. But a perfect heart kill. Like, come on, that's got to be the story, right?